horses.
Are you willing to sacrifice your life?
This is row 1, seat 1.
Well, this is nice. When did we start doing this? Nobody told me about this. I thought everything sucked now. Do you have a card?
You shake my bones and you rat on my balls.
I'm going to, okay? Jada, I love him. Can't wait to see it. All right?
Luck is for dudes.
I'm like, Joey can't get to his damn computer and phone fast enough to just smash everything he can possibly say.
That means every fucking thing to me.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's continue to ride. It's a little bit bumpy, but we're gonna get there. Don't worry.
Over
I was
under.
I was gonna see what you were gonna do.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I got. Can you hear you?
Can I hear? Now I can hear me.
Oh, wait,
under.
There we go.
Over under how long it takes before a certain Raiders fan calls. 7 minutes.
I'm going about 15.
Okay, you're taking the over.
And I guarantee you he's going to go 15 just because he doesn't want you to win.
Me to win?
Yeah.
Probably. It's one of those. It's one of those kind of things.
16 minutes.
I mean, listen. Look. The Raiders. Look, they won a game. Congratulations.
It was a divisional game.
Won
It was
a
at
game.
home.
You won a game. Congratulations, Melvin Gordon coughed up a football, and you won a game. Awesome, cool, great, can't wait. All right, let me know how you guys do in January. Oh wait, you won't be there. Never mind. Welcome everybody to another episode of Row 1 Seat 1. I am your host Joey Fats. With me as always, Plizzy and Mr. Betancourt. Thank you all for joining us this evening live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Make sure you go over to Row 1 Seat 1's Facebook page and give us a like and a share. We've been shadow banned the last couple of weeks, so if you can go ahead and give us all the love that you can afford. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's real easy, just a couple of clicks, and we appreciate it. So it goes towards putting food in the mouth of our children. No big deal. That's all. That's all those likes and shares do, And if you want to rip the sandwich out of our children's mouths, then by all means, just, don't click like and share, whatever.
Government's already doing enough of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good, but it's all gravy, baby. I mean, we got Hurricane Ian, just doing what he does, and, we got the remnants tonight. It's a little shitty out. It's a nice night to kick back, relax, and listen to us talk about sports. Sports. We have so many sports. We have so much shit to talk about tonight. We've got Aaron Judge breaking Roger Maris's record, literally minutes. We would have been on the air when it happened had Sean not been late and had I actually been prepared.
You.
I was going to say, and I had been prepared.
It was It was 8:33. You don't pretend like I got here 45 minutes late.
Wasn't prepared either. Oh, wait, we need the phone.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared either.
The clock gets restarted.
Yeah,
the phone wasn't even on.
How many games left in the regular season? It can't be that many.
For what?
For baseball.
Oh, baseball-wise.
Well, they had, 7 as of last week, so there's going to be 3 games. I think that everybody's on their last set because I know the Mets and the Braves. The Mets are down 2 games in the AL East.
This was it. This was down to Judge's this was his last.
This was it.
New York fans losing. New York Mets fans and radio hosts and personalities losing their mind for the last week. People threatened to go and destroy part of the stadium.
I'm done with baseball.
If they don't make the playoffs, I'm gonna burn my shit in the backyard.
Now they're all going nuts.
This is like
baseball fans should be going nuts. That's the thing. It's not even just like Yankees fans and like New Yorkers who should be
And
happy about
Yankees.
this.
Yankees.
Every single fan of baseball should be fucking pumped.
nah.
How do you figure?
I don't know.
What do you mean not?
Listen, we get to
Devil's
see
advocate.
we get to see
This is
Pujols.
history, dude.
We
Like,
get to
how
see
do you-
Pujols
What
break
history?
700 a week and a half ago, just over a week ago,
Not Judge.
and now we get.
That's not
I
history.
mean-
You're a fucking hater, dude.
That's not history. I'm sorry.
No, Barry
so-
Bonds owns. I mean, Barry Bonds is still the record holder.
He's not close. He's not even third or fourth. He's fourth.
legitimately.
Fourth. What do you mean legitimately? You trying to say Barry Bonds didn't legitimately break that record?
No, because I am an advocate for certain things that we won't get into. So I
Iran?
don't think that there should be an asterisk next to Barry Bonds.
Okay, but you're saying steroids, but
I love
name
you.
me.
You
name
still
me-
can't
name me
say
the one-
asterisk.
Name me the one time Barry Bonds tested positive.
Oh, I don't.
You can't because you didn't.
No, all I know is they
I don't
put
give
an
a shit if he
asterisk
did.
against his fucking 750. What was it?
755, I believe it is.
56.
Whatever.
750.
He beat everybody.
Either way, kick that. No, because in no way in hell am I gonna sit here and sit back and say that do steroids or anything make you any better. They're not a skill enhancer. You
I know
what
it was
I'm saying?
73.
They're-
It was 73 in the regular season, but all time,
Oh,
756.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
756. I
He
said
nailed it.
that.
He
I
had it.
answered.
Yeah.
I answered that right on a fucking trivia question the other day on the radio on my way to work, and I was like,
756. But I'm saying
Wait a minute.
there's no way that there.
How do I not remember this?
Everybody argues with baseball. One of the hardest things to do is hit because the contact patch between a bat and a ball is the size of a dime. There is no way in hell that steroids or any kind of thing that you're going to inject or take into your body is going to hone.
It's just a recovery.
Is going to
That's
hone.
all
you.
it is.
Fuck your recovery for
That's
baseball,
it. It just
man.
it helps your recovery time. That's all. That's
From
all you can do.
lifting and getting
because
huge.
you can lift weights and get jacked
and not
hit
even
bitch
that
bombs.
though. Not even that.
You can hit
like,
absolute fucking piss missiles, sir.
I-
that's depending on what you're taking. But
We could do a whole show on. I've completely flipped from how I used to feel like a decade ago to now. I used to be like, no, you can't count those guys. Now I'm older. I'm like, count whatever you want, as long as these guys aren't injecting like pure like steroids into their neck in the middle of the game. I don't give a shit.
That wouldn't
It's
do anything. That
basically
wouldn't
what they're
do anything.
doing.
Yeah, but that wouldn't
I'm
do anything.
over exaggerating.
I know, but it's like
And there's
basically
nothing
the
that
same
you can
thing.
take to. Yeah, there was.
You're just trying to. All you're doing right now is what most Americans are doing, which is trying to come to grips with the fact that they have to. Which is trying to rationalize the fact they have to come to grips with that their favorite players have taken steroids and their favorite players have taken performance enhancing drugs, which most guys are just on test. I mean, there's a difference between
just
testosterone, which is a
test.
hormone, and then your anabolics, which are your DECA, your Tren, your Winnie,
Listen.
your Anavar, your so on and so forth. We could go down a whole rabbit hole of just
So much shit is
what
banned,
different
though.
what different steroids do.
Like over-the-counter stuff is banned. Like if I went to like CVS and Walgreens and I was in any professional league, no matter where I am, I could take the wrong. Who did that?
No, that was.
Oh, okay.
That was my
I thought that was
shoe
ass
on
just
the
went.
wood.
pfft.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
that was my
Jesus.
shoe on
I was
the
like,
wood.
damn. I was like,
No.
I had Buffalo Wild Wings yesterday.
Nah,
I
nah,
can't still be
nah.
remnant.
I don't like. Yeah, you can go to like Walgreens, CVS, and you can get popped for a plethora of things that you can buy over the counter there.
That's true.
And that's bullshit to me. It's like, you know what? Like I have a hard enough time living my daily life, and I'm not even an athlete.
Right.
Like that's bullshit to me. It's like let these guys take whatever they want within reason. Like if some guys want to play clean, play clean. If some guys want to use as much as they can to get to the best and fast they can, hey, they understand the risks of that as well. If they want to take
Sure.
if it essentially takes years off their life because there's no fact or science of any of this stuff does anything to you.
Right.
If they want to do that and they have a massive heart attack and their heart explodes and all this other shit happens, like that's a risk they're taking for their future. They're not impacting anybody else. That's it.
Yeah, I mean.
And are they really taking a risk though? I mean, that's the other thing. Is like,
Well-
what's
Well,
the
there's
risk
a
here?
reason why all of a sudden it's 2022 and you see all these companies, all these people, even backed by like doctors and this company and that company, legitimate companies out there that are pumping testosterone for guys with low T and older men who have they just taper off.
Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie.
So they take testosterone replacement,
And
all
my
of a
libido
sudden,
is
like people finally woke up and they understand that it's not, there's a lot of other things that you can take that are, I just challenge everybody right now to watch fucking Bigger, Faster, Stronger. It's been out for fucking years.
20
It's
years.
been out for so
16 years
long.
now?
Every single thing in that documentary still holds true today as far as taking steroids versus what a hormone replacement is versus like, your roid rage, your manufactured roid rage that doesn't fucking exist, like these idiots out there.
I think is that not the biggest like misconception when it
Oh
comes
my
to steroids?
God,
Is that
I hear people
roid
say that, and
rage
I'm
is a
like,
thing?
fucking,
You know
I
what?
dismiss
Because
them
because
immediately,
because
dude.
roid rage because you and
I
I
dismiss them immediately.
you and I have known this I've known this for almost 2 decades now. The roid rage is not a thing.
It's an absolute
Okay,
myth.
like a lot of people like to think it's a thing because they watch that after school special with Ben Affleck.
Right, but they also want to blame something.
Right.
They-
And
they-
that's
they
the thing.
also-
They need to
Stupid
blame
behavior. They want to blame something for stupid behavior.
Right.
They would want to blame like the Chris Benoit was on steroids and he killed his family.
Right,
Like,
but they ignore the fact that he was on like cocaine, alcohol, painkillers, like all sorts of other things.
yeah, mental issues.
But
whatever.
He
had,
was on psych meds that are known to have psychotic, like harmful behavior.
Yeah.
Not just one person, I'm
they-
saying.
Right.
but it's a perfect.
They
It's a
mention it.
but it's a perfect. It's a perfect example. But it's just funny to me how people like. I remember when I used to work at the gym, right? When I used to work in a gym, and I would work the front desk, and I was a bigger dude, so kids would come up to me like, I was at that point, I had just come out of playing college football. Which, if you go and Google my name and put it in NCAA.com, you will
zeros.
find it.
All zeros.
You will find all zeros. However, you will find my name. You will find offensive lineman. We don't fucking get stats,
I'm
bro.
joking.
Okay.
Shit.
If you wanted pancakes that I got, you'd have to look somewhere else. And, they didn't have all
Network.
these bug men hadn't come out and with their advanced metrics for football
Wow.
yet.
You played so long ago. It was before computers.
I played so long ago that it was before soy boys were allowed to participate. So, but anyway, if you go back, if you go back to that point, I was working at the gym. I had just come out of playing college football. I was working at a gym, and I was working at the front desk. And obviously I was in pretty good shape. Okay, I was a college athlete, which, not for nothing. I mean, not saying that it's, the end all be all, but I was in better shape than probably 90% of people at that point.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when it just comes down to what I did every single day for 7 months, and kids would come up to me all the time at the counter of the gym, and they'd be like, "Dude, like, what supplement should I take?" And I'd be like, "What do you mean? Like, what supplement?" Well, like
Heroin.
like I want to take some supplements. You know what I mean? Like I want to get like big, but I don't want to get like all gross bodybuilder big. And I'm like, don't worry, you won't. I've been trying and I can't. And then
That shit don't happen on accident, bro.
no,
Just let it
and
tell
then
ya.
and then the follow up the next part of that conversation would always, because they always just assumed I was on juice, and I'm like, listen, dude, I'm like, no, I'm like, I'm literally subjected to random drug testing whenever the NCAA decides I want to, and in D3 they don't give a fuck. Like there is no politics in D3. You get caught and you piss hot, you're gone. Like, see you later,
the
dude.
fuck later, dude.
That's it. Like, there is no fucking. There was no like. Well, on the
He
star.
might bring in multi-millions
Yeah,
of dollars.
I'm the star. I'm the star left tackle, and we need this. Our quarterback who's got a shot at going to the pros needs me to block for him because he needs.
I'm the best in the country
He
or
needs
whatever,
to look. He
yeah.
needs to look really good, and I'm gonna help make him look really good. No, there was none of that, dude. This was D3. Okay, this is. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bridgewater State University. Great day to be a bear. Shout out to all my brothers in red. But there was no. This was not like anything huge. So if you pissed hot, you were ghost. You were gone. You were cut. You were done. You were banned. The NCAA was done with you. Like you weren't. There was no repercussions. There was no coming back from it. So I couldn't take anything. Even if I had wanted to, I wasn't going to take anything because I was so terrified. I mean, just think of it as somebody who never played in high school, never played Pop Warner, right? For those of you that don't know or who listen to the show, that listen to the show that don't know, I never played football in high school. I never played Pop Warner. I literally went to Bridgewater. I walked into the head coach's office, and I said, "Hey, how you doing, sir? I'm 6'3", 295 pounds, and I want to play football." And he went, "Well, where'd you play high school?" And I said, "I didn't." And he goes, "All right, well, we'll throw some pads on you and we'll see what happens." And I said, okay. And I made the team over guys that got recruited. All right, and I'm not sitting here, I'm not like bragging about like, oh my God, look at this, like, oh, look how cool I am. No, but what I'm saying is that I, even at that point, could not have faced the embarrassment of having to tell all my friends and family of why I wasn't playing football anymore because I pissed hot. So I didn't take anything, couldn't take anything, wouldn't take anything. I was even hesitant to take like creatine and regular like just GNC supplements over the counter. And I know that, trust me, there were guys on the team that were juicing. Plenty. I knew it. I saw it. And I mean, even though I wasn't, I still maintained a status, probably top 5 and, strongest dudes on the team. I mean, there wasn't many guys that were hopping on the bench and reverse gripping 225 for sets of 15 like I was. Yeah. All right? Like, you know what I mean? There's a couple guys, one of my boys, shout out to my boy Steve. He's a fucking absolute animal now. He owns a gym in Providence. He's a fucking world-class power lifter. Like, I mean, he just absolutely annihilates iron. Right. Another guy who's Chris Dijak, or as you might know him as T-Bar, we've had him on the show before. He's a professional fucking wrestler. Okay? And then we had other guys who went on to be, head coach, coached at high-level collegiate levels, at Columbia, Dean, guys that went all over the country. There was a lot of talent on that team in that little football community. And I felt very proud of what I was able to accomplish naturally because I was never going to take anything that was going to subject me to having to be embarrassed to the point where I had to tell people, nah, I can't. I got cut from the team because, I pissed hot because I was juicing. It wasn't going to happen. I forget what my point with this, where I was going with this, but what I'm saying is that these kids would come to me. They would assume that I was on something.
These kids.
So they would always assume I was on something. They would always come up to me and ask me, like, "Oh, bro, what can I take?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "There's no magic pill to this, dude. Like, what you need to take is 5 days a week in the gym, a healthy diet, 8 hours of sleep at night, and be committed to the lifestyle. Like, that's all I can tell you." Which I've gone through phases in my life.
To it, dude.
I've gone through phases in my life. You have too, where we've been committed to it more than we haven't, and vice versa.
Eat right.
And where you eat right.
Yeah, dude.
I stopped fucking drinking.
Yeah, I quit for a whole year. I quit drinking.
Sucks.
But
quit drinking.
Kids would always come up to me and ask me, like, "Well, what supplements can I take?" And you're like, "Nah, dude. Like, there is no supplements you can take." They're like,
Don't we know a guy that makes supplements now?
"Yeah, CJ." Performance IQ.
Okay, there we go.
We've had his banner on our show before. Like, he's a friend of the radio program. He's one of my boys. Like, he has his own supplement company. He makes good shit. Actually, I took his anti-inflammatory supplement that he has, which you can find on Amazon, or go to their Facebook page and find it wherever you need to. PerformanceIQ.com, I believe, is their website. They don't pay me to say that. I'm just saying. But I took his anti-inflammatory stuff, and it helped with my back during golf season a couple of years ago because the way I swing, swing with so much of my upper body, and I torque my upper body so hard.
Joe tries to blast it.
I blast that shit. That my lower back was getting fucked up because I was swinging so like out of my shoes every single time. And I started taking CJ supplements from Performance IQ, and honestly, like within a week or two, my back pain started to subside. And with that, coupled with a little bit of light stretching, a little bit of light yoga, things like that, all of a sudden my back pain was gone. My point was back to the original thing about the roid rage thing, which is kind of where this whole thing started, because roid rage doesn't exist. For those who are just tuning in, we're talking about roid rage, and as a huge myth in sports. Because this is all stemming off of Aaron Judge breaking Roger Maris's record in Paris.
About 30 minutes ago.
I'm just letting the people who are just joining in know. So
perfect.
Right.
So you get this.
We have the video too.
You get this roid rage myth that doesn't exist, and I would have kids that would come up to me and say, "Bro, should I take creatine?" I'm like, "I don't want to take creatine because I rage out when I take creatine." I'm like, "Do you rage out when you eat a steak?"
Yes.
And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Then why are you raging out when you take creatine? It's not a thing." Joey Fats Radio, roll 1C1. Good talk.
Why?
They just hung up.
Oh, okay.
They
Call back.
Yeah, they call us back. They're there. They're back.
All right. I like the answer.
Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1.
Two things. One, when I call, quickly.
Sorry, you broke up. Are you in your a little?
Are you calling from the old?
Are you calling from the basement you were working in again?
God damn you guys. You really put me on the blast like that. That's crazy. Shit, man.
Shit.
Shit.
I mean, hey, how do you feel about your Falcons? Are probably going to hi Rob, by the way.
Bro.
They lost their
Hey,
best
that was
player.
my second point. They're halfway to their win total in week 4.
Listen, man.
Wow.
I mean, I'm looking at the standings right now.
You just lost your best player.
Y'all are tied for first. I know they did lose Cordell Patterson. That sucks.
Yeah,
Dude, that was unbelievable. He was third in rushing in the NFL.
Yeah. And he just,
Pause. Tyler Aguirre? Is that how you say his name? Aguirre?
You don't even know how to
Aguirre?
fucking say his own name.
Dude, it's a rough one. It's like Aguilera. Like, come on, how do you
No,
how do you
it's
fucking
not
say that?
Aguilar. You're mixing
It's
up
not
his
Aguilar.
name and Nelson Aguilar.
Hey, Caleb Huntley
What about
said
him?
that one right. Came off the practice squad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was an easy name to say. What do you mean?
Sean, I hate you so much. I hate all the time we spent together. You fucking cuck.
So,
Algier. Tyler Algier.
Algier. Yeah, Tyler Algier.
Okay, that's pretty easy.
he's just gonna call him Algie.
So,
Crumpler.
should
like
I-
It's not
GIAR or
easy.
something?
Tyler Aguilar, way better.
Aguilar, Algier.
Algie Crumpler the second. Got it.
Ooh.
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 Algie
that's
Crumpler the
Falcon
second,
knowledge
huh?
right there.
Yeah, just
Don't
fuck it.
bring him back. Don't bring him back to those good days.
For a cup of coffee.
What?
Are you at work again?
What was that?
Algie Crumpler,
Yeah.
you know him,
Yeah.
Sean,
Yeah.
because he was on the Patriots for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, dude, he was with the Falcons for like fucking a decade. What are you talking about?
15, yeah.
Yeah, you weren't into sports back then.
Who the
I
fuck?
wasn't into sports.
Who the fuck is Take Mahomes Country Road in our league?
For sure, that's Jared.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's
It
ride.
has to be
That's
Jared.
right.
Because they own Tyler Algier.
Oh,
You
it's probably
think so?
It's probably Jared.
No, it is Jaron. What a
It's
fucking lame ass
Algier.
name, Jaron. Jesus Christ, do better, will you?
He has 6 kids. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
That was a fart, by the way.
Yeah, I know that was weak.
That was a boof.
Oof,
It was a
puff.
It was a boofa.
But how's
It
Marcus?
was a light, airy
How's
fart.
Suckalata from Mariota going?
Stuck a lot of from Mariota. I mean, bro, he's doing too. We should be 4-0.
Sean's still stuck on that, by the way, which is never a thing. Sean tried making it a thing, but it was never a
It
thing.
was decent. It
Yeah.
had some legs.
So, no, yeah.
No, it didn't.
It had some legs for.
It's the
sheep
first
though.
time I'm hearing of it. So I mean,
Yeah,
how big were those legs?
I mean, they were dwarf size, but they were legs.
I mean, look, Mariota's got 779 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions to start the season. I mean, that's pretty good.
Let's go to the Patriots' 4th-string quarterback. What's he doing?
Let's go to the Patriots' first string quarterback. What is it? 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions, something like that.
Bro, his legs are his leg is like broken.
And then he
I have
broke,
no
and
idea.
Then, and then he broke his
Bro, he had
vagina.
a fucking high ankle sprain. Shut up. I broke my hand in fucking 3 places and I was back to work in 3 weeks.
You don't throw.
Yeah, but you had to be back to work in 3 weeks. That's the difference. See,
Financially.
he can sit out and still get paid. You and I, if we get hurt, we're like, oh, fuck.
Listen, hey, just because my situation in my lifestyle is different than Matt fucking Jones, who's a pro athlete, he
Yes,
couldn't fucking stock shelves the way I could.
you goddamn right he couldn't, Rob.
Hey,
And you know what, Rob?
Maybe
Not for
true.
nothing, but he couldn't shovel leaves out from around a fucking gutter the way you did either. So, I mean, I've seen that in person. I've
Hey.
seen that live.
hey, listen.
And that's okay. He can't refinish a basement like I can.
Nope.
That's right. That's
Damn
true,
right
too.
he can't. Can't refinish an attic like I can. Look at this place. Look at this
Big
place.
facts.
It looks like
Gorgeous.
a small retarded child that did it, but, I still got it done.
Hey, A for effort, my boy. A for effort.
Somebody had to fucking hang this fucking sheetrock, and
Look at how bad it is.
dude, it's so bad. If you actually look at the fucking tape and mud
Oh
job in
my
this place, it's
God.
fucking atrocious.
I
Also,
just wish you should have called me. Jack of
also,
all trades, my boy.
It's so bad,
Honestly,
dude.
Rob, at this point, by the time I had gotten done mudding everything, and I started sanding it, and I saw what a mess it was going to be, I was like, you know what, fuck it, and I just painted it.
It was so bad.
I don't care.
It was so bad.
Because if I stay here, if I stay in this house long enough, that this is like this whole roof is coming off anyway. So this is going to be my bedroom at some point.
he's just gonna make.
I
This
know how to do
outdoor.
roofs, my G.
But
So,
anyway,
I mean,
You don't need to know
you got to talk to me more often.
You don't
Hey,
need to know
Not
the
just
plans
have a
for my house.
feast.
What about what about Drake London? How's he looking?
When Marcus Mariota actually throws the ball, solid. But when we run 37 times in the second half of a game and he throws 4 passes like Mac Jones did against Buffalo, it's kind of hard to judge.
That's game planning.
Gang, gang.
That's game planning. Fuck Arthur Smith. Fuck the Dolphins. I hope they get fucking. I hope they have to move. I hope they have to relocate.
The Dolphins?
Yes.
Where are they gonna move?
Anywhere, because the way they treated Tua, bro, is fucking disgusting.
I know. I agree.
I think the owner secretly wants him to die.
Right?
Part of it. I heard some. Boomer Esiason was saying that it's part of Tua's fault, which I was angry about when I first heard it. But I mean, you think about it, the player wants to get his paycheck and this and that, and a 25-year-old quarterback's not thinking about how he's going to be at 45. And
Tua was probably scuba diving the day that Tom Brady and the owner and the old coach, they all having that meeting, and he popped up like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And
They
were
smacked
like,
him in the head with a rock.
and they were like, "Fuck, he knows he's got to
soon.
die."
Too
Tua just
soon,
happens to
too
pop up. Yeah,
soon.
he's
Come
just
on.
like, "Hey, you know."
Hey,
So I
yo.
know.
It was so like when he got the hit like that, and they zoomed in, and they showed his hands like frozen at like
When he started seizing up, that
the
was
fencing.
yeah,
that
that was
fencing.
bad.
Yeah,
That was
fencing.
really
Clip
bad.
walking.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, they
that's-
should have known
I thought he was trying to claim a set for a second.
Anybody
and then I
who
was
can
like,
tell
oh, wait.
from the week before when he got up and fell and said that wasn't a head-related injury or him falling wasn't related on his concussion was a fucking complete moron.
No, he said it was a lower back injury.
Yeah, a lower back injury made you fucking just all of a sudden faint and topple like that. Like
Listen,
when
have you ever had-
that's
Well,
a fucking
have you guys-
neurological
I've had
fucking
guys
sciatica
injury, dude.
problems. They never made me fall before. It makes
Listen,
my
I'll tell you right now,
sensitive.
Rob. I can totally concur. I've swung my driver so hard on the golf course that I've almost passed out on the way back to the cart.
Shit his
Now
pants.
that could have been the fucking birdie juice. That could have been the fucking the 10 million Coors Lights I'd had at that point. However, my back tightened up so bad a couple of times. I mean, my hands seized up. I was just like, oh no.
Tua did
Like,
not fall because of some back
Yeah,
fucking
he should.
injury and some bullshit, dude. That was all head injury, dude. And they put him out there like a bunch
Oh,
of fucking
head
idiots.
injury. You saw the side of his head smack the ground, and he gets
When
like,
you
shaking
start-
his
when
shit.
you
He's
start-
like,
yeah.
"Nah, I'm good."
When you
Falls
have
down
two
twice.
massive head injuries like that close together, man, you can fucking die, dude.
And they sent them right back. If anybody follows Chris Nowitzki, he was a Harvard graduate that was a wrestler that got a concussion, and he has post-concussion
He's a big
syndrome.
advocate about that now.
Massive. He was tweeting about it. He's like, if Miami
Yeah.
and the NFL wants to do anything right, this was hours before the game. He said they should keep him out of the game. He has every symptom of post-concussion syndrome. If they put him into this game tonight, which was last Thursday, he says, and he gets hurt, it will set the NFL back a decade. Sure enough,
Easy.
and he nailed it. He's like, I knew it. He goes, and he posted exactly what it was. He goes, this is a second concussion syndrome. He goes, he could have seizures from this. He goes, if I can say anything, do not put this man on a flight tonight.
Yeah,
They
and
said-
on that, and they released him exactly.
McGruber was the funniest fucking video.
Yeah. What? Say that again?
He thought McGruber was the funniest fucking video.
McGruber?
Yeah, that's what the reports are. After the first concussion, he watched McGruber with fucking the head coach there, Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, yeah.
And he was laughing, having a grand old time. And it's like, dude.
So immediately after getting dismissed from the hospital on that game night, they put him back on the plane.
I said the same
And
thing.
Chris Nowitzki was like, he could have an aneurysm and die in the plane from a blood clot goes right to his brain.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, are you going to imagine? Are you going to fucking emergency land that fucking plane?
No.
I thought.
You know what they'll say? They'll say
I'm like,
he Billy
this
Mays
is
it. He's dead.
insane. I'm like, how is he getting
Billy
released?
Mays here.
You had two massive fucking head injuries
No,
within
too
a
soon.
7-day
Billy Mays, too
span,
soon.
Yep.
and you are going to the hospital for fucking what, an hour or two to get checked out, and then you get a release and going on a plane. I said the same thing in my head. I'm like, what if something fucking goes wrong on that plane?
You know what they'll say?
He's fucked. He's done. He's
Dude.
dead.
They'll pin some player that's going to get cut from the roster. They'll be like, he killed
But
him.
that's insane. Just like the gross fucking
They'll take Chris
negligence, dude.
Michael, what was it, Chris Carter would be like, you gotta have a fall guy.
The guy that got
The
punched.
gross negligence of
That's how they're saying about for the Pats with Isaiah Wynn. And he's getting everyone injured at quarterback.
But that's a fact. Listen,
It is a fact.
when we get to the Patriots tonight, I'm going to turn to Joey.
Dolphins' offensive
Hold
line?
on. No, that ain't even the fucking same. The Dolphins, the Dolphins' offensive line is not the cause of Tua getting absolutely wrecked. I mean,
sure?
He's getting wrecked by pressure.
Every
He's
quarterback,
getting wrecked by pressure.
Rob, every quarterback gets hit. If you're gonna start doing that, what is the quarterback gonna come out and sue his offensive lineman, take him to court, all 5 of those big men? He's gonna be like, "You pieces of shit never defended me. I got my ass
No.
kicked."
I get that. This is what fucks me up,
We're
though.
coming to that.
This is what gets me fucked up when it comes to NFL and
Nice, Pooch.
the NHL. Because those motherfuckers are flying around at 35 miles an hour, the same size as linebackers and wide receivers and all that shit.
Sure, yeah.
Is CTE as big of a problem?
Of course it is. It's all
Why
taken.
does it go unnoticed?
It's all no.
it
It's
not as
all
popular?
taken. It's all
good
taken
pooch.
into consideration. If you wanted to, after every play, you could essentially take out an offensive lineman or defensive lineman after every play. Those are full-on collisions at hike.
65 plus times
Oh,
a
hell
game.
yeah.
Full-blown car
That's what I
crashes.
mean.
Car
I've been,
accidents.
Sean, I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut you guys off at all. I've been saying this for years. It's like the what is it, the A7FL?
You don't want
If
to
you
cut us off,
shorten
but you did.
the shoulder pads and get rid of the helmets, there'll be less concussions.
Yes, it's
Absolutely. Same reason
it's-
why you don't hear about concussions in rugby, because
it's the
guys
rugby
don't.
argument.
Right.
Because
Right.
because you can't use your body as a weapon, which is why I laugh when people are like, "Oh, rugby players are so much tougher than football players. They don't
No,
wear pads."
they're not.
And I'm
No,
like,
they just wear the
no.
proper
I'm like,
equipment.
no, they're way more bitch actually, because they actually have some, like, well, not bitch, but they just have some semblance of fucking their mortality. Whereas when you put on a helmet and you put that fucking helmet on and those shoulder pads on, you are fucking invincible, sir.
To be fair,
Invincible.
Invincible.
I think some
See,
NFL players
that's an
would kill some
ignorant
guys.
statement to make, though, Joey.
No.
But
no,
that's
the
how
point-
these
the
guys
point-
feel.
The
No,
point
that's
is-
how they
That's how they feel and how they think.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
not. Trust me,
absolutely.
you're not. Believe me.
And that's
Going back to my story about playing college football, I had my quote unquote bell rung a couple of times, and this is the one year I played football. I played football for one season, okay, from August to basically Thanksgiving.
He was hospitalized 6 times.
Okay, I played football. That's it. That's all I did.
Shut up.
And I can recount two instances where I was legitimately concussed. The one that I remember the most was there was this kid, I forget his name. He had a full sleeve, he had a lot of tattoos, and he was a pretty good defensive end.
Randy won.
And I was playing right tackle.
Randy
and,
Gregory.
and I got really fucking lazy, and we were doing running drills, like, whatever. And I was a scout team offense. So I was
Suicides?
going up the first. No, I was going up against the first team defense.
Simulating.
And I got really, I was tired. It was like the 6th or 7th or 8th play in a row, and we ran the same play, and like there was no breaks in between. It was just bang, 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 bang. And by like the 6th or 7th time, I was fucking gassed, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, God damn it, I'm blocking the same kid over and over and over and over and over again because somebody else wasn't getting it right, or something didn't happen, or they wanted a different look. Who cares? I ended up just being like 8th play, like I'm like I'm done, and I knew, and for whatever reason, this kid didn't like me. I felt like I just like knew he had like something personal
Yeah, you're a
against me.
big white boy.
Yeah, and
that's
well,
what
he was
happens in
a big
NFL.
white boy too.
Honky.
So it was honky on honky
No,
crime.
still same.
But I stood straight up as an offensive lineman. You know that is cardinal sin
don't
number
do
one.
that.
Stood straight up. He put the crown of his helmet right under my fucking chin. I saw a green flash, and all I did was just as soon as I saw the flash, I grabbed for his shoulder pads. I grabbed his breastplate. And as I went backwards and landed on my back like a fuck turtle, I grabbed him and pulled him down with me, and I came to, and the next thing I know, I wake up and I'm on the ground, and he's laying on top of me. Dick's probably touching, whatever. It's probably a little bit gay, so whatever. It was cool.
Legs behind your head, whatever.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, why does my ass hurt? Did I just get sodomized? Probably.
He hit you like
Don't
Antonio
know.
Brown.
But I remember seeing that flash, that like boom, that green flash as I stood up. And the next thing I remember seeing was looking directly up at the sky and seeing like a helmet and a face mask in front of me and him on top of me, because I literally just grabbed onto him for dear life and took him down with me because I wasn't willing to, apparently in my unconscious state, wasn't willing to let the play die on my account, which
Does that make you more of a man than someone who plays rugby, though?
fuck Yes, it does make me more of
No,
a
it
fucking
doesn't.
Yes, it fucking does.
No, it
because
doesn't.
I was willing to die for that play
Wow.
in practice at a D3
Rugby
fucking
players don't
college.
think that. They don't think that the same way.
I was willing to die.
Rugby players are straight fucking bitches.
Why do
watched-
you hate rugby so much?
Because they're just
Tackle
like,
a
because-
rugby. Tackle a fucking Samoan man.
Okay.
I
And you
love
tell
rugby.
me.
Okay. What do you
Joey, you
could-
couldn't catch me as a fucking 5'9" Portuguese man.
Bro.
Never mind a Samoan man.
What do you think? What do you think? As a 6'3", 315 pound monster
Oh,
of
I'm
an
calling you out.
individual,
Look at you.
But I mean,
Angry monster.
I'm afraid of
You
a
know.
of a 190 pound guy with thighs that look like look like tree trunks, like so disproportionately big. Like, what's he gonna do? He's gonna do his little power jump before he gets to me.
A 5'9"
Ooh.
Portuguese man.
Hey, but listen.
I will
Do they
snuff.
kill their families?
I will
Do
snuff
they
the
shoot
fuck
themselves in the chest?
out of any
Do
rugby
they
player.
commit suicide? Do they live happier, healthy lives?
No, but do they make $20 million a year? Also, no.
Also, no. Is it all about money, though? Should it also? This is going to open up a can of worms too. Right now,
There's a balance
Should-
here. There's a balance.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a whole.
Because I'll tell you right now, I was willing to die for that one play in practice, that one like late October day.
so was I in high school, Joey.
And-
That don't mean fucking dick. Though.
Exactly. I was willing to die for that. Now imagine if I was getting paid $20 million a year. What else would I be willing to do?
I can't believe everyone's
Boss.
glossing over the 5'9" Portuguese man comment. I literally had to.
I will snuff
Listen.
the fuck out of anybody
Hold
on a
on.
rugby field.
Hey,
I don't give a
guys.
fuck.
I'm going to throw this in left field. I'm going to throw this way into left field. Should surgeons, heart surgeons, brain surgeons, should they be making that kind of money actually saving people other than putting on entertainment? I'd rather watch a UFC pay-per-view than watch
Surgeons make
game of
millions.
football.
Heart surgeons and brain surgeons, those are some of the most elite medical people on the face of the planet. They make millions.
Facts.
All elite.
And,
Right,
they're,
'cause-
and they're doing a great job. Are they making as much as pro athletes?
No, but
No.
60,000
But you know
people
what,
don't
though?
pay $300 to come watch him
yeah,
do a
exactly.
heart
I'll
transplant.
tell you what, dude. If you put fucking Monday Night Brain Surgery on fucking ESPN and 20 million people
It's
tune
gonna be
in,
on ESPN.
and they're
It's
gonna be
on the
like,
Manning cast.
they're gonna be like, all right, he's got the steadiest hands in the game. Let's watch this.
Honest to God.
Can he make this incision in the frontal lobe?
Yeah.
The cortex is
Oh,
swelled.
he's fucking.
Imagine-
Oh, no, he's
I
fucking
understand-
missed.
I
He's in a
understand
blood
it
vessel.
costs
Oh,
money
God,
for
Jesus Christ.
entertainment.
Yep.
But if you look at it from a real life, your average Joe, which takes up 85% of the country,
All right, but we could do this about anything. I mean, should firefighters make more? Should police
teachers,
officers make more?
Yeah, but no,
firefighters,
no, no, no,
fuck
municipality
teachers.
No, but I
workers.
think-
Hey, how you doing?
No, but I think we are sitting here from an average Joe standpoint, understanding that most pro, that's a business.
WNBA.
You know what I mean? Those are business. Those are private businesses that bring in
WNBA.
billions of dollars.
All right,
Well, Monkey explained. If a monkey brings a lot of bananas back to his tribe, he gets a lot of glory.
Rob, let me ask you
Wait a
this.
minute. Where's
Rob,
this going?
Rob, how many?
If a
How many?
monkey doesn't bring a lot of bananas, WNBA. This isn't a racial thing. I saw this on TikTok.
Oh,
and it made a lot of sense.
No,
No.
no, he's right though. He's right. A monkey that doesn't bring a lot of bananas doesn't get a lot of glory, like the WNBA. The WNBA wants to
Right.
be paid like the NBA.
Okay, but now
WNBA
that's all. But
doesn't bring in the revenue stream
Rob,
like
let me
the
let me
NBA.
let me let me pose it to you
I
like
almost
this.
just got canceled from social media just now. But
Rob, let me ask you this: how many surgeons are there in the United States of America?
6.
Surgeons,
Surgeons,
off the top
just,
of my head,
just in general.
good ones.
Just in general. Let's just. I'm gonna Google how
No,
many
just surgeons.
surgeons.
Just ones that
Sir,
are
people
I
who
mean,
perform surgery.
practicing surgeons.
I know in
Licensed.
South Coast there's 4 of them that work just on hands because I just had to get mine done.
Okay, so
So-
right now,
And that's just in South Coast.
you've got. Let's see, number. This is physicians. I want.
They
how
probably
many-
break it down though to knee surgeons.
Okay,
and
let's
ankle
just say
surgeons.
let's just say
Booty surgery.
how many there are active physicians with a U.S. doctor of medicine in the United States. Okay, there is just shy of 1 million in the United
can't.
States. Okay, 938,966.
Overpopulated.
That's how many active physicians with a U.S. doctor of medicine degree in this country. Okay, how many people play in the NFL on any given Sunday?
6.
On a given set, he goes, did he just say 6?
No, I didn't.
50, you got to do 53-man roster
No,
times
45.
without the bye weeks.
45.
Are you including with the bye weeks or
No,
without the bye
40,
weeks?
45 guys per team. It's 90 guys.
90.
'cause
90 guys say
you don't-
13
they
games. That's
enact-
900.
well,
So
somewhere
95.
around
There's 45
1200.
guys. There's 45 players
and they
active
bumped
per
it,
team.
They bumped it to 48 because there's only 6 inactive.
Okay,
now.
so we'll
We'll
call it.
still call it around 12, 13. We'll call it 1,300.
No, well, the actual number's closer to 1,500, but no, who cares? So let's
quick
call it
math off the top of
15.
my brain.
So right now, the point I'm making is that there are approximately 1 million people in the United States capable of doing what a physician does. Right? There's around.
Yes.
We'll call it 1 million. Okay. Now
Take that 1 million per week who can do the same job to 1,500 who can do the same job for 17 weeks.
Now you've got 1,500 people that can play in the NFL in any given week. 1,500. That talent pool is much smaller, which means it's going to be in much higher demand, which means when you are in higher demand, you are able to leverage that into higher pay. Now, I'm not saying surgeons are less valuable than NFL players. That's not the point I'm getting
the players don't. It's deeper than that, bro.
You
It's
have
how much money they get for commercials for beers and Dodge Rams and.
But the NFL,
but that's the
not their
demand.
salary though.
That's the
coming out of the
demand.
team. The
But
team
their
is not
salary is
paying
directly
them.
related to the revenue that comes in, TV deals, so on. and so
But their
forth.
paychecks by the Bucks or by the Packers.
Wait,
that has nothing to do with endorsements.
But the teams pay them based off of
hold on.
ad revenue and so on.
Rob,
That's
hold
how
on.
they get their money to pay the
Do
players.
the schools pay doctors for their videos and their demonstrations
What is you
and
talking
their
about?
surgery videos?
Listen, brother, if
Yes.
Liz Warren can make $450,000 to go speak at Harvard,
No, not the political part.
about whatever, then I'm fairly certain that there's plenty of money to go around. It's just a matter of where it's allocated
I just want to
and
see
what they
AB naked at
what
this
they
point.
want. So
What's more entertaining, watching people get concussed or watching people fix a concussion?
watching people get concussed, time
Exactly.
and time again. Right,
UFC is always going to
right.
reign supreme over WWE, even though it's debatable. WWE can put out an entertaining product.
Wait, what did he just say? What was this comparison?
You saying WWE is better than the UFC?
No, he said the other way
No,
around.
that's not.
He said- he said
I
it
didn't say
backwards.
that.
UFC
I didn't
is
say
better than
WWE is better. I said UFC is better, even though WWE can put out just as much as an entertaining
It's an
product.
entertainment yeah, but it's
Right,
it's
and
like a
that's
TV
but
show.
that's what I'm getting at is that there is a supply and a demand factor here, and I'm not saying that you're
It's
wrong.
more money.
Listen, if we lived in a world that made sense, yes, people who operate on hearts and brains would make more than Aaron Rodgers. That would be common sense because what do we value more than anything? Life.
Entertainment.
We value life as human beings.
No, we value entertainment.
Right.
No. But individually, we value life. If somebody said,
Yeah, we all want to live a happy, healthy life.
If somebody-
but we also
listen,
want
if
to
somebody-
watch
if somebody-
gruesome shit.
Rob, if somebody came up to me tomorrow and was like, listen, dude, you can't watch the NFL ever again or you'll die. If you watch 1 minute of NFL football willingly ever again, you will literally drop dead. I'd be like, all right, guess
Wait.
I'm not watching NFL football anymore.
Live
Yeah,
or can I watch history?
I'd be like,
Whatever.
what's happening
It doesn't
with the
matter.
Patriots
But the point,
by a
what I'm
landslide
getting at is
that I might watch.
is that we value that's me valuing my ability to live and experience life over the value of entertainment from the NFL. Now, we can go down the rabbit hole of what's more important and blah, 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 and what sports you like. But what I'm getting at is, but hold on, what I'm getting at is that we value ourselves first. We are a species that no matter how selfless we try to be, and there are very many selfless individuals out there, we always have in the back of our mind, how am I going to come out of this in one piece?
So it's Tua Tagovailoa's fault for going back in the game because he said that he was good.
Yes.
It's not his fault, but then again, I don't blame him for not doing it.
But why is it different than boxing when a referee can stop a fight when a dude's getting his shit pushed in?
Because that guy who's getting his shit pushed in, is clearly out of his league. He's not in a he's not going up against competition he's outclassed himself at
Which
that
we
point.
clearly saw Tua get a concussion on Sunday,
Yes.
and then the refs are like, nah, it's cool. The neurologists are like, nah, he's fine.
Yeah, and that
Getting
neurologist is now
concussions
fired.
Listen, that's a scapegoat.
I agree
You won't go
100%.
there.
I said that when it happened.
Getting 2 concussions in 2 years is a huge red flag. You see a lot of running backs, linebackers immediately decline. This guy had 2 of them in 4 days.
Yes, I agree, and that's where it falls on. Again, this is where that bullshit comes down, where it's not
Because
about
he's
player
trying to
safety. It's
provide for
not
his
about
family.
any of
He
that.
wants-
The
that goes
NFL
back
just
to what
puts
we
this
just talked
window
about.
dressing. They put lipstick on a pig. They put the cocktail umbrella in a turd, and they try to sell it to us as a pina colada. It doesn't fucking work. The NFL does not give a fuck about player safety. If they did, there would be no 17th game. If they did, there would be a reduction in the preseason almost immediately. If the NFL actually gave a shit, they try to legislate big hits out of the game, and they take away the safety who's able to destroy a receiver coming over the middle. Even though the hit's perfectly legal and he puts a shoulder pad into his chest, they still throw the fucking flag on it. But meanwhile, the guy like me, the guy like me who's playing right tackle on the line, who makes the mistake of standing up and gets the crown of a helmet underneath his chin, ends up on his back, wakes up, shakes it off, goes back to the huddle like nothing happened. They go, whatever, who gives a fuck?
How many offensive linemen, though, have killed their family or themselves? I don't know. If you know it, educate me, because I don't know it.
I mean, I know the linebacker that shot him, the linebacker for the Chiefs, Javonte, no, what was it his name? Javon something. Sean, the linebacker for the Chiefs that killed himself he shot himself in the parking lot.
That was a
of
while ago.
Arrowhead
That was
a couple
like
years,
that was like a
6 years ago.
Special teams linebacker, yeah.
He was like a linebacker, but
not dying young. Like, who just died in the NFL?
I mean, if you want to talk about guys who just like drop dead randomly, it's almost always defensive and offensive linemen. Javon Belcher, thank you. And it was Javon something.
Guys who drop dead randomly, yeah. Aaron Hernandez.
Kenny McKinley for the Denver Broncos. He killed himself.
Yes, I think that's what I was hearing the other day. He was like 42.
I mean, listen, suicide's a huge problem in this country. But that goes well beyond football. That's not isolated to football.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to talk about the percentage of football players that kill themselves to the percentage of, say, I don't know, my profession, corrections officers.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure we're outpacing the NFL by a pretty good clip.
And that's what dabbles into the men being fucking like 18% of all, not 18% of all suicides, like 82% of suicides.
Men account for almost all suicides. It's insane. I think it's even higher than 82%. I mean, just go listen to our fucking boy. Fucking
who's our boy?
The fucking TikTok kid that got banned there. The guy.
Oh, Tate.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Just go listen to Andrew Tate.
No, he came back, bro. They let him come back.
I know. They let him come back right after he was like, all right, I'm going to Rumble. And then YouTube was like, well, hold on.
No, money, views, revenue. We need you here.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he went over to Rumble, which is an actual free speech advocate platform, unlike YouTube, who will ban you for no reason, or Facebook with Zuck the Cuck, which we've been shadow banned here for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, we just noticed tonight that the numbers actually finally popped back up to where they should be in terms of our initial feed, it was like, oh, good, okay, we're not being shadow banned anymore.
Right.
Probably because I went on some fucking tirade about, I don't know, the cackling cunt Kamala Harris, some shit being like,
or the Queen. You went like,
I agree with you.
Oh yeah, we went
hard on the Queen the other
racist, wearing slave diamonds, fucking cuck.
Oh yeah, well I mean, Kamala Harris fucking sucks, dude. I mean, talk about somebody who just literally got down on their knees and sucked their way to the top.
I mean, if
I mean, she's going to give the most tremendous head of all time, no?
He has to.
You're definitely coating that trailer hitch with WD after she gets done.
Like she is definitely fucking what's her name from basketball, fucking the supermodel, the Baywatch model.
Riley Ripley.
No, she's not Riley
Ripley.
No, what was the Baywatch model that was in
blonde
not
one?
Pamela Anderson, the other one from
That
Baywatch?
was Jenna Jameson.
Jenna
no,
Jameson.
no, it wasn't Jenna Jameson.
In basketball?
Yeah, in basketball.
Are you positive it's
No,
not
I'm
Jenna
not.
Jameson?
I'm not positive it wasn't Jenna Jameson, but I thought it was.
I can't remember.
You have computers and fucking phones that you
Sean-
can
I'm on it.
Sean's
I'm on
supposed
it.
to be on this
yeah,
shit, but
Sean's on the good.
Sean-
Why the fuck is it my fault?
Sean's been over here like browsing his laundry list on Amazon or something. I don't know. He's like, look at this.
I don't remember.
He's like, these
on
these socks are on sale. It was the other fucking hot blonde from Baywatch.
Jenny McCarthy?
Jenny McCarthy, thank you.
Oh Jesus.
Ooh, we were close.
Yeah, Jenna Jameson, Jenny McCarthy, same
Now
thing.
I forget what we
The only
talked
thing
about.
is we didn't get a fucking sweet sex tape of Jim Carrey banging Jenny McCarthy on a boat in the middle of a
Jim
lake like we did with Pam Anderson.
With the mask, on, do you think?
Oh yeah.
But you remember
Somebody suck me.
Yeah, I mean,
something like that.
she's
Jesus.
He's got his hair all jetted out
Somebody
like from
suck
that
me.
Ace Ventura movie where his hair's all fucked up like it's going
and Jenny
through the
McCarthy
waist.
comes up with the trailer hitch. That was the sucking the silver off the trailer hitch was the
Oh,
basketball
yeah.
theme. Remember she got the
Jesus
lips.
Christ.
But I mean I assume that's what Kamala Harris has to be at least that good at giving dome,
Nope.
She puts lipstick on just to hide the chrome.
right? That's what I'm saying. Because together we are going to move forward in a way that we will be able to reflect on how far that we have come forward, because we will be able to look backwards and
From
see
the place that we have come.
the place from which we have come together.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Great
no.
play on words.
Kamala
Solid.
Harris is a fucking cunt. Jesus Christ. I cannot wait till
Or
Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Kamala Harris
all
all
die.
just die. I will. I mean, I don't wish death upon anyone.
Well, it was a good
But
bit.
I will-
It was a good
Except-
unban
but
on
I will.
Facebook.
But I will certainly. I
It
will.
was a good
cer-
run with this
3 weeks,
podcast,
guys.
I will
boys.
certainly celebrate it when it happens.
Here we go, boys.
Yeah.
When you don't see the show for a few weeks, just be like, well, it's probably all that death talk.
Yep, that's probably why. No, I'm not saying I'm not. I don't wish anyone to die. That's
Yeah.
rude and evil, and it's bad karma. However,
However, but
Not gonna be sad.
I will definitely not be sad. No.
you
But
guys-
anyway, Rob, good luck to your Falcons on Sunday, bud.
don't do that.
I mean, look, you guys are tied for first in the division.
This,
So
this was a wild phone call.
Who do you guys
It
play?
started off with a running
Yeah,
back.
we went fucking 7 different ways to Sunday, guys.
Yep. I don't even know where we're gonna go after this. I have no idea.
the Falcons are at the Bucks. So you have an ailing, divorced Tom Brady coming up on Sunday.
He's not even gonna play.
Brady?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Do you think?
He's gonna throw for like 750, 15 tutties.
No, he's probably gonna play unbelievable now that he's
Jesus.
divorced.
I know he's gonna.
Yeah,
oh
'cause
my
he's-
like
God,
I
the
said,
weight lifted off.
He's gonna be looking at like the cheerleader in the front row, like one of the cheerleaders being like, "Watch how fucking far I can throw this ball."
There's
still,
some-
bitch."
Just
Someone,
gonna
take a
be
shot
as
of
hard
Tess
as
in the
AB
ass
was
and
in
be
that
like,
pool.
I feel like I'm in college again.
some New York reporter is saying that he was banging Bridget Moynihan again in New York, and that was like the big.
Would you be
rumor.
surprised?
Yeah, and
No,
AB
not
was
really.
banging Giselle.
You're stuck on that.
I'm pretty sure.
AB was
AB
banging
was
Giselle.
banging
Pretty
Giselle.
sure AB was dicking down Giselle.
Hey,
Pretty sure.
hey, Rob.
I'm gonna put my money on it.
Rob, we have video of AB completely naked, and Joey's gonna throw it out there, put it on the thing, and hopefully get banned.
I've
That was
already saw it,
Giselle's.
bro.
That was
I already
Giselle's
saw
aunt.
it.
I already
That
saw
was
it, bro.
Giselle's
My
aunt
man,
in the
he's
pool.
gonna be just as hot as AB out there in that pool in fucking Dubai, just
I
slinging
couldn't-
mad bicho tazo on that totin. You hear me?
I couldn't believe he was throwing his ass in that woman's face.
Do you
That
think-
was Gisele's
and, then,
aunt.
and then he chokeslammed her.
That was Gisele's
Do you think
aunt.
AB? Do you think AB is circumcised
He
or
was
is he
a
rolling with the
classic
anteater?
98.
No idea.
Undertaker.
Nah, he's definitely got the elephant trunk.
He's got the anteater, right?
Yeah, he's got the anteater.
You guys saw the blur, bro? The shit was like fucking 3.5 feet.
No, I think they.
Giselle was definitely fucking
Nah, that
gobbling
was that was
ball
that was
back.
a,
No
A-
cap.
that was AB's people trying to
Nah,
they
I
extended
don't
the
know,
blur.
man. He just all of a sudden is a wizard. He can't speak English or rap, but he's a wizard on fucking
But when you go back down,
Yeah, well,
editing photos.
He said
Come
his
on.
boys, not him. He's brain dead.
yeah,
he's no fucking Frank Gore. I'm telling you that.
CTE.
No, he ain't no
because
Frank
of
Gore.
playing football.
he ain't no Frank Gore,
Man.
and he
He ain't no
definitely ain't no fucking Charles Haley. Okay,
That Frank Gore thing.
Charles
Hashtag
Haley.
Just perfect.
Charles Haley is his nickname is literally Frankencock.
I've never seen Charles Hayes, but I've seen
Wait,
Frank.
Charles Haley used to whip his dick out in defensive meetings
And put it on guys'
and team
shoulders.
meetings and just like drop it on their shoulders, and then he'd just start jerking it, and he'd stare you in the eyes, just be like, you want to suck this. And
Yeah,
guys
the
would be like,
70s
what the
were
fuck?
wild.
They'd be like, what the
Sitting on
fuck,
bed.
Charles Haley? Like, I remember, like, I think it was Ken Norton Jr., the guy who, he went.
No.
Yeah, the
Ken
linebacker.
No, Ken Norton's too young.
No, he was on that
Sounds like a
team.
white man.
Then he must have been a rookie when he was in Charles
He won.
Haley
He
still
won
played.
3 Super Bowls. He's the only guy to win 3 in a row before. He's the only guy to ever win 3 in a row before.
But Haley played with Ken Norton?
Ken Norton Jr. was on the Niners in '94
Yeah.
when he won his 3rd Super Bowl.
I thought Haley
He
was
was with
done by then.
No, Haley was on the 93,
God,
94.
he's
Haley was
Talking
there.
about big
What-
dick
what-
Charles Haley. This is nuts, bro. No pun intended.
No one was talking about his nuts, Rob.
Whatever. You know what I meant.
I thought Charles Haley retired like the
Charles
91,
Haley was there
92.
from
Keep going.
86 to 99, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Definitely
Wow.
overlapped. Definitely overlapped.
Holy shit! I thought he was long
Anyway,
gone off that
Rob,
team.
Definitely
good luck on
overlapped.
Sunday, bud. Thank you
Here
for
we
the
go,
call.
boys.
Adios.
All right,
2
dog,
and 3. Let's
later.
get it. Better than the Pats. That's all I
rise
want. And the
up.
Broncos and the Dolphins.
Rise up.
Okay.
Shut up, man. Just stop. Just not gonna. Okay, we're letting you go.
7 and 10.
All right, see you.
Let Russ cook Hot Pockets in the microwave.
Yeah, see you
All
later.
right. Gang,
Beep,
gang.
beep, boop, beep, boop.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
How many quotes did he say at the end? You just said that. you just-
Amen, Ra. St. Brown.
Amen, Ra. St. Brown.
Do we want to show to bring it back to the first 3 minutes of the show? Felt like 3 hours ago. Do we want to show the 62 home run where Aaron Judge breaks the Yankees record, not Major League
Yeah,
Baseball?
let's do this. Let's no. He broke the AL record.
The AL.
The Yankees. No,
The
he
Yankees.
didn't. What
Yeah.
the-
All right, so here it is. Here's Aaron Judge hitting number 62. We'll probably get the feed shut down for this, but who gives a shit?
F you. Just don't
High
do
fly ball.
I mean, it's a bomb. It's in Texas. It's a bomb.
There it goes.
I love the
Signing
defense.
into history.
Yep.
He's done it.
And
He
Aaron
has done
motherfucking
it.
Judge does it.
62.
Absolutely fucking just rifles one, hits an absolute piss missile in the left field.
Were those his parents?
Yeah.
I would assume
His
so.
parents are so small.
So
For him, I know, right?
So smart.
Mr.
His mom's like 5'6" and his father's like 5'8". He's 6'6".
You going to make brevies? Oh, yeah. Yeah, vodka soda.
Tito's.
I think there's only grapefruit left down there. You might have to open
Give
you
him-
have to open the case.
Give him double drink.
Yeah. Push up or down. I forget how that door works. You got to push
Up.
down on the
Up.
up on the knob. But anyway, so Aaron Judge, ultimately, right, going back to the very opening of the show, when you're talking about steroids and this and that, and kids, the little kids, I used to giggle when kids would come to me and they're like, oh, man, I can't take creatine, man. You know, like, I fucking rage out when I'm on creatine. I'm like, why? And they're like, it just makes me, I'm like, nope, just sounds like you're just, like a adolescent going through puberty, and your mom told you no, so you just want to wow out, and then you needed an excuse, so you blamed the Celtec that you were taking. That's all that is. That's literally all it is. Anyway, roid rage doesn't exist. It's a myth. That was the whole point of the fucking of that whole conversation. But anyhow, I digest. Aaron Judge, 62 home runs. He now owns the AL record
Meh.
for most home runs in a season. He breaks
I-
Roger Maris's record, which some people, not me,
I don't care.
consider to be the true record. I don't. I still think Bonds and McGuire and Sosa. Pretty sure I watched them all hit more than 62 home runs.
I do have a problem
So-
with Sosa corking his bat, though. If Sosa took steroids, I don't care. But him corking his bat, I was like, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, is it any different than fucking, pitchers using emery boards or anything else, or
no,
pine
that kind of
tar
pisses me off, though.
to gain grip on the ball? Like,
I see but that is like legit cheating. Like taking stuff and put it in your body, like you're still relying on your body to do everything.
yeah, but so's using an emery board on a baseball, or so's using pine tar to
That's
throw
what I
a
said,
ball.
yeah,
Like,
I
yeah,
said,
that's cheating. I mean, did he get caught?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, was he punished?
Kind of.
Okay, whatever. Then that's between.
He's still third.
My name ain't Paul, and that shit's between y'all. I really don't fucking care.
That's-
It's like the same thing. It's like me getting mad at Tom Brady for ultimately when it's gonna come out that Tom Brady's been using like human growth hormone for the last like 15 years, and he's like, yeah, he's been on a regimen of testosterone and HGH, and and be like, oh, well that makes sense. I mean, duh.
if that's our next topic, I have quite a bit to say.
about Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, that whole thing that went on. His last 72 hours has been fucking insane.
Do you want to do Brady now?
Yeah, sure, why not?
We can do Brady. All right, so we just showed you the judge thing.
Do you want to start off with the video of Brady absolutely getting hurt against the Chiefs again, mind you?
Why is it always against the Chiefs?
And why is it always defensive back?
He's got a really bad just a really bad run of going against the Chiefs.
Dude,
I don't get it.
He's always got fucked up in Kansas City against the Chiefs. Well, this was at home,
Tampa.
but he always gets fucked up against the Chiefs.
You know what? I really feel like the NFL missed the fucking mark on this one. And the NFL really could have done some fucking solid. They could have done everybody a real solid. Could you imagine had Hurricane Ian incapacitated Tampa Bay?
Which it basically did.
Okay, right. It did. And they, because there was rumors they were going to have to move the game.
Yep.
Could you imagine if they had said, you know what? We're going to play this game in Gillette instead. Because the Patriots were on the road. Mm-hmm. They could have played the game in Gillette. You could have had Brady return to Gillette for a second time as a Buck and play a team that everyone in New England hates and just giving away like fucking half-price tickets, like free tickets.
I would have went.
I would have went. I would 100% would have went.
It's Brady versus the Chiefs.
It was Brady versus Mahomes. I would have been there in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, we would have been. We would have been there, row one, seat one, literally row one, seat one, with row one, seat one shirts on, being like, fuck both these teams.
Oh, yeah, I'm big on that bandwagon right now.
And it would have been fucking awesome. And then could you imagine just the roller coaster of emotions that New England fans going to that game would have experienced? They'd been like, you fucking left us, so fuck you, but fuck you, you're the Chiefs. Fuck Patrick Mahomes, I hate you.
But we beat the shit out of him when Brady was here. Now we can't do shit.
No, I mean, they whooped your ass a couple of times.
In the regular season.
There was that one AFC championship game you guys won. That was cute. And then
I'm talking about the Patrick Mahomes.
And then you got snuffed by the Titans, so you didn't even get a chance to play them.
No. I'm talking about only against Mahomes when Brady was here.
They only beat him once.
No, they beat him twice.
In the AFC Championship. No, because
remember in the playoffs.
Remember was Alex Smith still the quarterback when they came out, when Dave Portnoy was crying leaving the stadium the year they was supposed to go undefeated, and they came out Thursday night and got absolutely hosed and fucking
the
Jamal Charles and shit went off.
No. You mean the banner raising the first game when the
the one that
Kareem Hunt ran like 200 yards.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt. Thank you.
Yeah, that was still Alex Smith.
Yeah, that was still Alex Smith, right?
Yeah.
That was right before, right?
Yep. So what was that? Did you send a message? Okay.
No. This thing squeaked because I got it.
Okay, no big deal. So as you were getting a drink, don't look. Don't bring off the outside camera what's going on. You can never keep it together. You're like just laughing hysterically the whole time.
I was more
so
laughing
we're bringing
on the big screen when I was doing my stupid gun fingers thing.
You're still doing it. You're still. We're talking about Brady right now. We're gonna start it off with
all right.
Sunday night.
Yep.
Gets hurt against the Chiefs again.
Yep.
Defensive back hits him again.
Yep.
We're gonna see the video. It's gonna show it in a second when he's finished his off-screen performance.
Yeah.
And then after that.
Dude, that whole game, dude, I was watching. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. I'm like, Mahomes and Kelsey are just fucking unstoppable right now.
Well, that's his only go-to guy.
That's exactly what I said to Joe. I'm like, now that
spinny move, and
now that Tyreek Hill's gone, I'm like, it's funny. I'm like, the only weapon he's got is Travis Kelsey. I'm like,
hi Sarah, thank you for joining us.
Dude. He was handling it. He did that little fucking cutesy shovel pass where Kelsey dropped down, spun below and caught it low. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? I'm like, this dude is catching everything right now.
Well, he does a wonderful job, but he's a wide receiver. He doesn't play the typical tight end position.
If all three of the Colts wide receivers would catch 50% of Travis Kelsey's passes, we'd be undefeated right now.
Who's we?
The Colts.
The Colts should be undefeated right now. As should the Broncos, but
if
nonetheless,
all of the Colts receivers caught 50% of Travis Kelsey's passes, we would be undefeated.
It threw me for a loop. I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm obviously just talking out of my ass, and you know what I mean. I don't have any statistical.
Let's talk about Brady. So Brady got obviously, and I told you a couple weeks ago, Brady was getting divorced.
Did we play it?
Right, and I'm glad Sarah's actually in the chat room because Sarah said no, he's not, and she disagreed with me.
Hey, wait. Do you think that's why Brady smashed the tablet? Because he goes, Dussault and Zader's coming after your ass. He was like, fuck, and he smashed it.
No, he probably looked at the tablet, saw the Instagram post of AB hugging his wife all intimately.
Yeah,
and then he was like, damn it.
Or AB's ass on his wife's like just a random text message. Of
All
a
right,
picture of AB's ass.
we got some videos to get to. So all right, first of all, this is Brady getting snuffed on Sunday night against the Chiefs, as he almost always does for whatever forsaken reason. This man just has terrible luck against the Chiefs.
Back to the game for Kansas
It's
City.
just,
Cole
you know,
Beasley in for the Buccaneers.
Bang!
Bang! Pressured, lost the football. It's free, and Chris Jones tries to scoop
It's
it
just
and
boom,
has
that's
it.
it. And then you look at, and if you watch
Back
Brady,
in the game for Kansas City. Cole Beasley in
watch
for
as
the
he gets
Buccaneers.
hit.
Brady
And he goes to
pressured,
get
lost
up.
the
You can see
football.
right there,
It's
he's
free,
like,
and Chris
he's grabbing
Jones
his
tries
arm.
to scoop it.
And he's like, oh no, this sucks, I'm hurt. And you could see he's fucked up a little bit. I mean, look, it's not unnatural for somebody to get hit like that and get hurt. What I think we're not accustomed to seeing is that's a play that Brady usually sees coming from a mile away.
And he usually does the whole cowers, takes the hit, and takes the loss.
Just gets down and takes a sack.
Yeah.
Honestly,
right.
smart play instead of Mac Jones now just throws an
Right.
interception. So smart play, which I actually miss.
Right. It's one of those deals where you're not accustomed to seeing Brady do that. You're not accustomed to seeing Brady get hit like that. And if you are, like, that was like Elvis Dumervil in 2011 or Von Miller in 2015, where like you see these guys who or Jay Alford in the Super Bowl in 2007, but you're not used to seeing Brady get hit. Like I just named like 4 times off the top of my head Brady's been hit like that. It's because it's really all they made. I don't
There
know.
was an Osi Umenyiora hit in there too. Where he
There's,
blasted.
I mean, I'm sure
Not
there's
too many times he gets his clock
there,
clean.
right. Brady rarely, if ever, gets his clock
Ball's
clean.
usually out by then.
And even when he does, if you go back to the 3 hits, the Elvis Dumervil, the Von Miller, those hits, he still hangs on to the ball. Right. He doesn't lose the football.
Right.
Brady rarely, if ever, fumbles in the pocket. It's one of the things that like when people always ask me like, oh, you know, who's the greatest quarterback of all time? And I'll tell them, be like, Peyton Manning. And they'll be like, who's the second? I'll be like, Dan Marino. And they'll be like, who's the third? And I'll be like, Joe, I don't give a flying fuck. Who cares after that? Whatever. And they're like, where do you put Brady? I'm like, I don't know, 6th or 7th. And then they're like, how do you not put him in number 1? I'm like, listen, if we're talking about the most successful quarterbacks of all time, then yes, obviously Brady, he's the most decorated. He's got all the stats. He's got all the
Rob
awards.
is also the most decorated.
You know, he's got all the
NBA
rings.
player.
I get that. But I also have 2 eyes and I watch the game of football.
Right.
And I don't think, but one thing that Brady has always been exceptional at and better than everybody else was pocket awareness and ball security within the pocket. That was one thing that always, to me, made that Brady was just head and shoulders better than everybody else. Now, Peyton was good at it. Elway was good at it. You had guys that were really good at it, but no one has ever been as exceptional. And I challenge anybody to go back and watch the film and watch it with. If you you take off your fucking, red and blue glasses and your Patriot colored glasses, and you go back and you actually watch the film, like I have many, many a times. And I'm not saying this isn't me just being a hater or telling
Call in and contest that shit.
there is no calling and contest it. We can't dissect film on the radio. But what I'm getting at is go back and watch it. And watch it with an honest, open mind. And when it comes to ball security, especially within the pocket and pocket awareness, no one did it better than Brady.
Dude.
No one. And that was the one thing that Brady probably did better than every other quarterback ever. And probably one of the only things he actually did better. He didn't have a great arm.
What was
right?
the behind the
06 AFC Championship
the
game.
the check in the back?
Colts. That was against the Colts.
Yeah.
06 AFC Championship.
Insane. Joey brings this up all the time. Brady, I forget who it was. I don't know
Robert
if it was Mathis or
Oh
something.
no, I'm sorry. It was I think it was Booger actually. I think it was Booger.
Oh, really?
I might have been, but it was either Booger or Mathis. I forget. Somebody came and they swiped it, and he hit Jabbar Gaffney in the back of the end zone on that touchdown that was ultimately ruled a force out in 06.
He came up with the ball and he just ducks it behind his back, like
as the hand comes
just
across the chest.
So smooth, and he's just like check, and then he comes back up and fires the ball, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, yeah, that was pretty fucking nasty. I'm like,
that's what Brady
insane
was
shit.
excellent at. There's other things too. Obviously, his knowledge of the game was incredible. Like the guy knew he was no dummy. I'm not saying like when you're talking about Brady, Manning, Montana, Favre, Elway, Rodgers, insert your Marino, insert your favorite guy here. We're literally starting to split the atom. Like that's what we're trying to do to decide who the best is. Now, people will sit there and say, "Oh, it's Brady. Brady's the greatest." I'm like, okay, cool. Like you're either a Patriots fan, a Brady fan, both, or you just don't watch football. Like, and that's fine if you don't. But I've forgotten more than most people will learn about the NFL, and that was just this week. So when it comes down to watching film and breaking shit down and actually like looking at things that make a guy good, Brady operated extremely well underneath in the conditions that he was provided by Bill Belichick. Yes, I'll never take that away from him. There's no sense in even arguing it or debating it. It is what it is. Okay? Yes, Brady's the most decorated. However, when it comes down to it, when you see that video of Brady getting absolutely fucking snuffed, okay, and I get it.
We are laughing.
And here's the counter argument to this. And Sean, you know this as a Patriots fan. How many times did we hear over the last 15, 20 years? Well, Brady doesn't need weapons. He makes his own. He had David Givens and Deion Branch and Troy Brown and fuck that. Randy Moss. What was here for like a year?
5.
Whatever.
3.
That was 5.
2.5 actually.
It was 2.5 because he got traded to
Minnesota,
who then traded him to the Titans.
That was longer than that. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah,
he was there. He
I'll
was
go
there.
Fuck myself.
He was there 07, 08.
When you're wrong, you're wrong,
He
bro.
was there. No, actually, it was 3. It was 3.5. It was 07, 08, 09.
Yeah, and then 10 to get traded.
And then 2010, midway through the season, he got traded.
All right,
But they're like, yeah, fuck him. And then it's like, oh, well, yeah, Wes Welker, piece of shit. Fuck that guy. Julian Edelman, Jew. Fuck him. Lame.
No one says that.
Now they do. When Julian Edelman was catching passes from Tom Brady, he was the greatest.
You totally at one point said Amendola and Edelman weren't true number 1, number 2s. You said that.
They're not.
They're not.
You don't think Edelman was a true number 1?
No.
Really? I thought he was fucking gangster.
I mean,
No.
I love Edelman, but he's not a number
when
one.
he was catching passes from Tom Brady, he might as well have been Jerry Rice reincarnate, according to New England fans.
Right,
That's
but
my
to
point.
his team, he was definitely a good number 1. He did his.
Oh,
he fucking played his part. You don't think so?
Yes,
Yes.
but he's not. Like, when you say number 1, you think of guys that can take over a game by themselves. Edelman can't do that. Like, he had Brady. Brady helped him, and he helped Brady. Like, he was the underneath guy to get all the other shit on. He wasn't like a Marvin Harrison. He wasn't a Reggie Wayne. He wasn't a Randy Moss.
But I don't really feel like you can throw wide receivers in the category of taking over games by themselves because that's
course
not
they can.
Really, no, that's
no,
all
because
the quarterback's shoulders.
because if you can.
Mike Evans doesn't take over a game by himself. You know what I mean?
At times he does, absolutely.
He might make
before
great
Brady,
catches, but that's all facilitated.
Before Brady,
Brady,
he had 3 1,000-yard seasons back to back.
Oh, I'm not saying that
with
he's
the guys
not
he had.
nasty.
I don't think Mike Evans has ever actually had less than 1,000 yards.
Yeah, no, he's like the first player ever to have consistent.
I don't know if I just
7 years, I think.
I don't see wide receivers being in the position of taking over a game.
All right, no. I'm not saying like they're gonna win you a Super Bowl. Like the only person that's ever done that technically has been Cooper Kupp.
Facts.
And
that was last year.
And
just happened.
Mike
Just
Evans
happened.
has never had less than his lowest yardage total was 1,001 yards in 2017.
And that was it. He's at 1,000 yards
8
every single
straight years of 1,000.
8 straight years. Wow.
Right.
And he's already got 78 touchdowns.
But it also took till Tom Brady came in for him to win a Super Bowl.
So he had 75 touchdowns through 8 years.
So I can't say that wide receivers are in the position to take over a game.
They are. Listen, wide receivers will take over games in certain instances. Like Cooper Kupp, for example, when he had that, if he drops that ball against Tampa Bay that Matt Stafford laid out there.
In the middle.
Or what about if what's his name catches that ball that Aaron Rodgers laid out perfectly in the end zone the other day on Sunday against New England? Then that game doesn't go to overtime. There's no chance for New England even have it to win that. Mm-hmm. So yes, wide receivers, while important, will they win you games? Are wide receivers paramount in the win-loss column in terms of like building a team? No. But are they important when it comes down to big situations and big spots and having a guy you can rely on? Absolutely, yes. You don't want Darius Watts or Hank Baskett out there as your fucking number one fucking option, when the Super Bowl's on the line. No, you'd rather have Julian Edelman, Mike Evans, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, literally a list of about 1,000 other guys, and that's no disrespect to Hank Baskett and Darius Watts.
Yeah, that's some disrespect.
But I'm just saying, like this is not, it's a situation. It's a situational thing with receivers, right? Because the quarterback can put one on you, right, and you can drop it, and you're the GOAT. Or the quarterback can make a shitty throw, a la Tom Brady to Wes Welker in 2011, and you're going to go up, do a pirouette in the air and catch a ball that's high and behind you, and then you drop it, even though it hit you in the hands, you're still the asshole. Even though the quarterback threw a shitty ball. You're still the asshole because it hit you in the hands, and everybody expects because it hit you in the hands, you should have come down with it. Well, that's your job. You got one job, right? Oh, just kicker. You got one job. Yeah. If it was just, it's so easy that there's 32 people on the face of the planet that can do it, and yet here I am, one of 32. Right?
No, but the people
Fuck
that blame Wes Welker for losing the Super Bowl miss so many other things. If you want to complain about Wes Welker costing the game, I would argue more that Asante Samuel, who dropped the sure interception, was the one that lost that game because it was.
Well, I don't even know that was
hands.
a sure interception. That was a fucking. He got that.
It went right through his hands.
But he went up at the peak of his jump. He caught that at the peak of it, at the height, the very peak of his vertical, and it just glanced off of his hands. I don't know that could he have grabbed it? Sure. Would it have been one of the more acrobatic interceptions of all time? Looking back at it, yeah, it would have been a pretty miraculous play. It wasn't like it was just like it hit him in the chest and he was like, didn't leave his feet. And he was like, oh my God, I just fucked up. He had to go up he had to climb the ladder to get that thing, which anytime you leave your feet, and anybody who's playing any organized sport, football, basketball, baseball, anytime you leave your feet, you know you're leaving a lot to chance there. Yep. There's a reason why everybody always every coach you've ever said, stay on your feet. Stay on the balls of your feet. Don't leave your feet. Don't leave your feet. Don't leave your feet. Don't leave your feet. How many times have you heard that over and over and over and over again when you're playing sports? Don't leave your feet. Because you have no control. You're in the air. Your body's going wherever the momentum is taking you. So, again, yes, there was a lot of things that, people want to blame.
Plenty of one-offs in that game.
But that was a different Super Bowl altogether, too. That was 2007, not 2011. So, the 2011 was the Welker drop. 2007 was the Asante Samuel missed interception.
Oh, you're right. That was the second fucking Giants game.
I know.
God damn it.
Yeah, the second was the Mario Manningham one.
And the catch on the sideline. But there was no stopping the Mario Manningham catch. That was phenomenal.
It was one of the best throwing catches in Super Bowl history.
It was between Chung and Devin McCourty?
Yeah, I believe so.
It was fucking unbelievable.
It was ridiculous.
I was like, there's no way. You can have prime Ty Law. I wasn't stopping that pass.
No,
that
nobody
was unbelievable.
There was nobody. Champ Bailey wasn't stopping that. Rod Woodson wasn't getting that. Dion wasn't getting that. Nobody was getting that. There was no way in hell anybody was touching that ball. It was perfectly placed and thrown. My point being is this, right? So when we talk about Brady and his overall greatness and what he has done, right? Yes, Brady is the most accomplished quarterback of all time. No one's taking away his 7 rings. No one's taking away his MVPs, his stats, his numbers. However, the one thing that Brady did better than every other quarterback, and it's just one thing, and maybe there's others, but just the one that stands out the most to me was always the pocket awareness. So this hit that we just showed you, and we'll show it again just for good measure, this hit right here is something you're
Back
not
of the game
used
for
to
Kansas
seeing
City. Cole
Tom Brady
Beasley
take.
in for the Buccaneers.
Because A,
Brady
he
pressure,
usually
lost the
sees
football.
that coming.
It's free. Chris Jones.
B, it's never when he does, he gets down, gets out of the way, and then you see him get hurt on top of it. That is just not something that we're accustomed to. So when you talk about things that we're seeing right now, and I know that the Bucs offensive line is in shambles. I know Tom Brady right now, everybody's riding my dick about Russell Wilson and how he's not looking like he was, a $250 million man and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, but like, who?
Deshaun Watson's not really like a $250 million man either.
Yeah, well,
because he ain't on the field.
What quarterback right now outside of Pat Mahomes is playing up to their contract? None.
Right. Matt Stafford.
I can say Allen a little bit. Josh Allen.
Oh, right. Sorry, Josh Allen too. Okay, right. Yeah.
I know Brady's sitting there like, maybe if I get hurt,
Lamar?
Giselle will love me again.
Well, no, Lamar is 80% of
the midget in the desert. No,
definitely
Stafford
not.
looks like shit.
Lamar Jackson is 80% of the total yards of the Baltimore Ravens. 80% of all his yards.
That's not sustainable. Aaron Rodgers
he's gonna die.
Obviously looks like he's playing with new guys. My point is this: we're putting everybody gets way too jumpy, way too much, way too.
Aaron Rodgers, relax.
Yes, it's week 4.
Listen,
calm down.
Patriots fans. We beat the Steelers, right? And not to jump to the Patriots. We beat the Steelers, and we were like, oh, everything's back on track. We lose the next 2 games. If anybody has watched that game on Sunday, we fucking beat the shit out of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was shook that whole game until the 4th quarter when Aaron Rodgers became Aaron Rodgers.
And he just went on that.
And he goes, and he just started nailing perfect passes. Belichick after the game.
I knew it when it went to that final drive in overtime. I was
right.
like,
we said that. As soon as it went to the final drive, we were like, There was
way
no doubt.
too much time. It was like 3 minutes
because-
left, or almost 3 minutes left, and I'm like, you're giving Aaron Rodgers almost 3 minutes left
But
on
listen,
this? I'm like,
but
this is
listen.
no brainer.
A third-string quarterback with no snaps.
I know, Zappe, bro.
And we almost beat Aaron Rodgers
I
at home.
know.
Which
I know.
brings me to
All Belichick.
I was
before
talking
you
to my
get to your
boy
point,
Drew about it. My
Yes.
boy Hunting. He was talking to me about it. He was like, yo, what's up with Zappe? And I'm like, yo, I don't know, dude.
Nah. Before Joey gets to his point, I know the point he's going to make, and I'm not going to interrupt that point. I just do want to add at the end of the post games, and you talk to Belichick. Belichick usually says, "Oh, we got to be better. We got to do this. We got to do that." Belichick's exact quote was, "We played great defensively. Like, I'm proud of my guys." He goes, "There's just sometimes no stopping Aaron Rodgers," and he goes, "He's amazing." And Belichick,
where's the lie?
At the end of the game,
Where's the lie?
saw out. You know how Belichick loves to find guys, and that sparked my memory a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of talking to Aaron Rodgers. Went out, did the cup in the elbow thing like he does with so many players that he loves, and he's talking to them. He's like, oh, you're just so good. He goes, that one pass over the middle when I had triple coverage, and the guy goes, you can't, only you can make that. And Belichick lauded over Aaron Rodgers. And in the back of my mind, and they asked Rodgers after the game, they said, hey, what did Belichick tell you? And he smirked, and he said, it's just admiration for me. And he goes, and I respect him as being probably the greatest quarterback to ever play this game. And I was like, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, there's something there. Like when two guys talk like that about each other, it always in the back of my mind goes back to, I know Belichick wanted Rodgers, he just didn't want to pay the Rodgers price.
Right.
In my mind,
100%. I don't
And it worked out for him not having him. You know,
and this
was
was a weird situation for me on Sunday because I found myself watching that Patriots Packers game because I was in and out of the Broncos Raiders game. I was like, I honestly, at this point, like
Javonte getting that bad injury, holy shit.
We'll get into that in a minute. It just, I was more curious as to what was going on in Green Bay with New England because it was a close game because again. And this speaks to the point. And I found myself almost halfway rooting for the Patriots at one point because I was sitting there going, well, look at this. Bill Belichick's taking a third-string quarterback into Green Bay against Aaron Rodgers, and it took the Packers until literally the final
last 3
play,
minutes.
the final play of overtime to beat them. If that doesn't right there tell you everything that you need to know about whether was it Brady or was it Belichick, then I don't know what you're watching because when I saw that game and I saw Bailey Zappe, who
no practice,
who
none.
He was a practice.
What are you, a
quarterback.
fucking owl? Who?
He just comes in like Cooper Rush, fucking shit up.
He was
Who the
inactive.
fuck is Bailey Zappe?
He was inactive the whole season.
This is no disrespect to Bailey.
Fourth round quarterback.
Dog, good for you. You went into you did exactly what you were supposed to. You didn't fuck up. And you gave your team a chance to win. Props. But who put Bailey Zappe in position to win that game?
Belichick.
Dude,
Bill Belichick.
If
who was the one that came up with the defensive game plan that gave Aaron Rodgers through his fifth pick six of his career?
Second. At home.
No, well, fifth all time.
Fifth all time, but second at home.
Second at home ever. Bill Belichick.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you
what a stat.
when you want to sit
3,500
here
passes
when you want to
attempts.
sit here and you want to debate
Fuck.
whether it was Bill or it was Brady or who, and everybody loves to
There's
sit
definitely
there.
a mix.
And I've heard people sit there and I listen to people like I was at work the other day and I'm listening to two guys at work and they talk about oh yeah, well it's definitely fucking Brady. I mean, look what Brady's done without Belichick and look what Belichick's done without Brady. You're a fucking ignorant retard and you should probably chug bleach. Like, just die. Don't even,
listened to him.
or
Hey.
at the very least, do not discuss football and contaminate the rest of us with your idiotic rhetoric, because you are dumb and you don't get it. You don't see it. You don't see the full picture here. Bill Belichick is 100% responsible for Tom Brady's success. Okay, Bill Belichick's success is probably 40% Tom Brady. That's how I would gauge it. Because without Belichick, without a quarterback that was as good as he was at the things that he was good at, which Belichick
checking down,
which Belichick made him good at, because Belichick said, "This is how we're going to win a lot of games," and Brady said, "Yes, coach. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. I will
He's
do that,
just
chef.
he's
Yes,
just
chef.
a soldier, bro.
He was.
He's
Brady
a
was just
loyal ass soldier.
Brady was just another soldier who just happened to be exceptional at his job, and he made Belichick's life a lot easier. And
Which is
the
why
fact that Belichick went into Green Bay, and I almost found myself rooting for the Patriots to win that game because I felt like it would have been a little bit of vindication for me until I realized that I took Green Bay in the survivor pool.
Facts.
And I already got one strike, and I was
Me
like,
too.
no.
I got
I'm like,
no
oh
strikes,
no.
and I'm like,
I cannot. No, fuck this. I was like, no. I picked against the Patriots. I'm like, what? And then the game's tied. It goes into overtime, and I'm like,
oh my God.
why the fuck did I pick against Bill Belichick in this spot? Of course he's going to go into Lambeau and win this game with a third-string quarterback under center.
I didn't realize.
This is what Bill Belichick fucking does.
Facts.
What the fuck was I thinking?
Dude.
Picking against this man. And then thank God Aaron Rodgers bailed me out.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm looking at the Patriots schedule, and not to get into a Patriots rant, we could win the next 7 games before we lose another game.
I agree.
I took him next week, I think.
Dude, it's against Detroit, and Detroit's all fucking hammered.
I took him.
I really want Detroit to win that game.
I know,
really do
but it's
because I'm
Detroit-
rooting for Detroit
Detroit's-
so hard, but Detroit's
the number one offense.
Detroit's Detroit.
I know.
Detroit's the number one offense, but they
Number one
can't.
offense.
They're
I know,
also
and who's
the
number
worst
2?
defense.
Seattle with Geno Smith, which is another thing people keep posting. Like people, I see
These
the memes like
quickly
comparing
drop
Geno
off,
Smith to like
like-
at Russell Wilson. I'm like, okay, talk to me in January or December. Talk to me in December when we're talking about playoff chances and who you actually want.
This is
I'm
like some moron after like week 1 breaking out with like a 300-yard rushing game or something like that. And they're like, oh my God.
he's
it's like,
on pace
it's
to
one
fucking
game.
rush for 2,400 yards. You're like,
and then they quickly
it's one game.
drop the fuck off to where all of a sudden you won't even see Seattle or
it's
see
every Denver Broncos
oh,
running back from
fuck outta
2001
here.
to like 06.
Geno Smith. Oh my God! Stop faking. Jesus
I
Christ.
can't
He's
stand.
playing pretty well though.
I know.
He's playing fine, but he's playing
their
fine. He's
fakes,
playing
dude.
fine for Geno Smith.
Yeah, right. Exactly. He's doing good for Geno
It's
Smith.
week 4. Nobody fucking remembers the first 4 weeks of any season. Nobody. Unless you're a stat nerd, you give a shit about all that stuff. No one gives a fucking shit.
I'm
about
gonna
this.
remember.
It's
this
about how
fucking
you are at midway and how you are at the end of the season.
I'm gonna remember this 4 weeks, and you wanna know why?
Oh, do you remember? You're gonna be the.
Because we're 0-3 in the division, but we beat
I mean,
the
think about it.
Chiefs
The
somehow.
entire NFC West right now is 2-2. So literally everybody has a rightful claim to first place. I mean, Arizona's technically the leader
For what?
By the way,
in the
how much
NFC
did we
West.
How much should we put down on the caller for the Raiders? I said after 15 minutes. And it's been
Oh, he
way
should have
out.
just didn't call.
Yeah. Do you
Oh,
want me
yeah, I
$5?
mean-
Yeah, fuck you.
Who wants
okay.
me $5?
You.
I didn't put anything down. Fuck you.
No, no one was putting anything down.
No, look. So let's talk. Actually, let's keep it in the NFC West because I do want to talk a little, just briefly about last night's game, the Monday night game. Remember when I put up that post 2 weeks ago about Hufanga, the safety
Yes.
Dude,
for the Niners?
The second coming of Troy Polamalu, bro.
He is unbelievable.
Can I just go out on a limb and just say, like, this is why you should listen to me because I told you to fucking watch this guy
I fucking
2
thought
weeks
of
ago, and then last night he just balls the fuck out again.
It seals it. It seals it. I thought of you when he had that pick, and I was just like, motherfucker. Joey was talking about him. I thought about him the night before when he said that he had trained with Troy Polamalu and all that shit. He's got the hair and all that.
I have a sports business proposition for everybody listening. We just put together a school that only trains Hawaiians and Samoans. only for sports, whatever sport you want to get into. Because anytime a Samoan or a Hawaiian enters the NFL, the guy's a fucking killer. And he's amazing.
What kind of training camp? What do they got to like chop a surfboard by their bare hands or something like that? Like I gotta make you know what I mean? Like what the fuck kind of training camp are we gonna do for them?
That's racist. They have to chop a surfboard with their hands. I don't know. I'm joking.
You have to chop a surfboard by your bare hands.
I'm totally joking. Like Troy Polamalu was drafted number 1 out of USC because he was great and everything. Hufanga. Nobody knows this kid. Kid's playing out of his mind, and let me be 100% real. The coach, Shanahan, for San Francisco, is a real goddamn threat of a coach. He can lose whoever.
He's
and he
under
knows
fire, too.
If he's under fire, I would take him in a heartbeat.
If Kyle Shanahan gets fired after this year,
he's under fire.
I would literally walk.
Who?
I would walk into fucking Nathaniel Hackett's office tomorrow morning and be like, "Get out."
Yeah,
Kyle,
switch. People,
because Elway should have hired fucking Kyle Shanahan, but he hired Vic Fangio instead. Or no, was it Vance Joseph? It was Vance Joseph. They hired Vance Joseph.
He didn't
On
want.
the
He
screen.
didn't
because
want
they didn't
Shanahan.
because they didn't want the appearance of a nepotism hire.
imagine
Even though
if you had
even though
fucking
Kyle
Kyle-
Shanahan is infinitely better than Hackett, Fangio, or Vance Joseph.
But let's say 8-10 years from now, Steve Belichick is a great defensive coordinator, and he has the chance to become the Patriots head coach. I don't give a shit that he's not his dad. If he's a good coach, I want him.
I know.
And right now, the Patriots defense looking pretty great.
I see people talk shit about Kyle Shanahan about that they need to get rid of him, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
please get rid of Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I'm like,
the second Kyle Shanahan hits the open market, I will
give me him. Give me him in Indy. I'll take him in fucking Indy in a hot beat.
Yeah,
dude,
you would, 'cause
over
you guys
Frank
need-
Reich. I
you-
would fucking take him so fucking
I don't know.
hard.
I don't know who needs to be fired first, your
That was
offensive
so
line or
bad.
Frank Reich. But
Man, Frank Reich,
I
what
would
happened to him?
take him so hard. I don't know, dude. I really can't put a fucking finger on the Colts O-line
you
this
take
year.
him so hard.
Oh my God, not that again.
Yeah, I really, I don't know,
The
dude.
offensive line is massively underperforming. You have studs on the. You have 4 studs on the offensive line. I can't think of the center.
For the O-line?
Yeah.
Ryan Kelly.
Notre Dame.
Alabama.
He's
No,
all right.
yeah, Alabama. Kelly was Alabama.
Ryan Kelly, that's
who's
not center.
who's you got the guard from Notre Dame? No, you got Quentin,
Yep.
Kelly,
Nelson.
and then who's the other guy from Notre Dame?
Pinter, we got Danny Pinter, and then
Do you have Ragnow? Oh no, was that Detroit?
No, you got who's the stud offensive lineman you got from Notre Dame?
Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson.
Nelson was
Nelson's
Notre
first
Dame.
round.
Yeah,
Yes.
Quentin Nelson was Dame, bro.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of somebody else then. Right?
Yeah.
You're right. Hey, Quentin,
Yeah, we
what's
got
up,
Ryan
man?
Kelly, Quentin Nelson, Danny Pinter, and I fucking forget. Shit, I can't put a finger on it, but like the O line's just breaking down, and I don't know if maybe it's like Matt Ryan's trying to get too complex with shit, and you know what I mean? Like, it sucks to sit here and say that what's his name? Carson Wentz in his fucking backyard football was working a little better, but at this point in the season, with being 1-2-1, dude, like what the fuck? We can't get Jonathan Taylor going. We can't break him loose. We can't even get Matt Ryan to do what he needs to do because the O-line's breaking down so fast.
It really
We
is. It's
don't
just
even have any offensive weapons. Mo Alley Cox and Jelani Woods, go figure. I think I've caught the most touchdowns as far as receivers have. Alec Pierce, he's a rookie. Don't expect
Pittman
much.
hasn't
but
caught a touchdown
Pittman,
yet.
not really that well. We haven't seen much of Naheem Hines. We haven't seen much of really
And Jonathan
anybody.
Taylor's banged up now with the ankle injury.
He's probably going to play tomorrow night, they said.
I hope
Well, Thursday night, not tomorrow.
Thursday night.
What day is it?
Today's
Oh my
Tuesday,
God.
Sean. Tuesday's typically the day we do the
We'll
shows.
see how it,
You know
obviously.
what? I even show up. I don't know what day it is.
I don't know. I just don't know. And like the defense, Shaq Leonard's been out.
Sean, you know what? To quote your son, getting real tired of this shit.
Yeah. Well, so am I. But I mean,
Real
the defense
sick of
has
this.
been like kind of like lacking. I mean,
The defense
Shaq
has
just
been-
came back last week. I mean,
And now he's out again.
Ngakwe and Defoe and these guys. It's just, I mean, Stephen Gilmore. He's
I don't
just
know what's
kinda
going.
floating.
Look again.
He's
and
old.
I think we talked about this just to kind of like wrap up like week number 4. Like, okay, like a lot of shit has gone awry, right? Like teams that you thought were going to be on point and really good out of the gate have stumbled. No, right? Like
Even Buffalo has stumbled.
Buffalo has
Yeah,
looked. Buffalo
yeah.
is. They've looked
They should
beatable and
be-
they've been beatable.
They should be up there
They
with
should
the
be 2
Eagles.
and 2.
They should be the Eagles right
They
now.
should be 2
They
and
should
2.
be 2 and 2. The Eagles right now are the best team in football, which we all know. Look at the.
Jalen Hurts playing out of his mind.
But at the end of the day, we all know that's not sustainable. It's not going to continue that way, right? The Eagles will come back to earth a little
will.
bit.
I think so.
Right? Cooper Rush and the Cowboys will probably catch him because Cooper Rush is, I hate to say it,
the unsung
fucking
hero,
truth.
bro.
Dude, my God.
Love him, bro.
Even if Dak takes the job back the day he's
Of
healthy
course
enough
he
to take
will.
it
I
back.
hope he doesn't.
Even if I don't know that he will. Jerry Jones is that crazy. Even if he does, Cooper Rush has done his job, which is keep the Cowboys above water while their starter is out. That being said, you've got basically the whole league right now. Right out of after the first 4 weeks, we're at the quarter post. Okay, this is the first quarter of the season. We're looking at we got the Philadelphia Eagles as the best team in the league. Second best team in the league, probably the Buffalo Bills. And then
Chiefs, maybe.
And then you get right. So you got the Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles, and then after that, what do you got? A crapshoot of fucking teams that are like,
Dude, the Rams are so bad.
The Niners,
I know.
the Niners have one of, if not the illest defenses I've ever seen. Listen, Tulano Hufanga, my boy, who I told you all to watch. I just happened to get lucky and flip over to the Seattle Niners game in week number 2. And I just watched this dude, and I'm like, who the fuck is this kid?
He's not even a rookie. He's a sophomore.
He's a 5th-round pick out of USC.
Was he? I couldn't think if he was 5th or 6th.
He was like 4th or 5th, whatever it was. I don't know. He was a second. Used to be a second-day pick because it was 1
Third
through 3.
day now.
Well, now it's 3rd day. But he's an absolute. And I remember just watching this kid and going, holy shit.
He flies.
Like, where is this kid? Like, who is this guy? Then I got lucky enough that the Niners came into Denver on Sunday Night Football, so I watched that whole game and I watched every snap, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's a fucking beast. Like, this kid, like, he didn't do anything crazy awesome in that Denver game, but if you watch the things, like, where he was on the field, you're like, yo, this dude gets it. And then you watch last night, he gets the pick 6 to seal it against Stafford and the Ram, and that's that, and that's a wrap. That kid is he is going to be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, mark my words. Now, that being said, after 4 weeks in the NFL, Paul and I were talking about this today at the gym, or yesterday at the gym, we were like, okay, all right, first 4 weeks, everybody's cool, we've had our fun, right? Like, Geno Smith's killing it. All right.
Yeah,
like,
this is cute, guys.
This is cute. Everybody's got their cute fill. Okay, now let's get on with the season.
Yeah, let's get down to fucking football.
Let's get on with the season. Let's get let the Broncos get their shit together. Let the Chargers, who I can't even for the life of me figure out how a team can be so cursed in terms of injuries. I just don't get it. Every fucking year the Chargers, they're just like, oh, we're going to send 6 guys to IR after practice today. And we're like, why? And they're like, feel like it.
Because they're dead.
And you're like, oh. And they're like, yeah, they each broke a leg, literally, getting off the bus.
That was another topic we talked about off the show, like during text, like the ignorance of people being like, just fire all your training staff.
Oh, my God. So this goes to the Javonte Williams injury, which Sean texted me yesterday morning, or this morning. Was it yesterday morning? This morning.
I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday. And Sean tells me, he texts me, and I'm sitting up, I'm dicking around in the house, whatever, and I'm listening to the radio, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm cleaning up, and we just got back from the gym, and I'm waiting for Paul to come get me, and Sean goes, R.I.P. Javonte Williams, hopefully this isn't a career ender. And I'm like, yeah. And I'd seen the Schefter tweet, ACL, and I'm like, well, ACLs aren't what they used to be. He goes, no, it's the ACL, the PCL, and the MCL. And I'm like, oh.
It was the Robert Edwards injury.
It was the Cadillac Williams injury. It was the trifecta for all intents and purposes, and that's a bad hit, dude. Like, that's not good.
He can
that's
run
very
in
bad.
He can run in a year's time.
And
it's tough though.
He can run in a year's time, but get into football shape, and be able to cut and move and do things that you do on a football field, bro.
That's tough.
That's hard. That's hard. That's a long way. And I hope I'm wrong, but I think the Javonte Williams thing is that ship has sailed. I'm just going to
for at least 2 years.
For at least 2.
Yeah.
And I have no hope of him coming back and being he'll never be the guy that was going to threaten 2,000 yards like we thought he could be last year, because he ran with such purpose and anger. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm dead fucking wrong. There'd be nothing greater. I don't think there'd be any better comeback story since maybe Adrian Peterson if he came back and just came up like 3 yards short of Eric Dickerson's record. Like AP came up 9 yards, 7 yards short, whatever it was.
9.
And just be like, yeah, I was that close. Damn.
I remember that interview. I fucking remember that interview, dude. That broke my heart.
But the Javonte Williams thing was, and there's always like the one guy, and I see this a lot because I follow I go in the Broncos subreddit. I follow the Broncos a lot on a lot of beat writers and shit on Twitter.
Same.
And a lot of stuff. And there's always one fucking guy every year. Anytime somebody goes, and this goes for all 32 teams. This isn't just a Broncos thing.
Even here.
But there's always one guy whenever somebody gets hurt and they're like, fucking fire this training staff, bro. Fucking Trifecta in the knee. This training staff fucking sucks.
Garbage.
Fucking get him out of here, bro. What the fuck? This is the second year in a row we've had to deal with somebody getting an ACL injury. What is this training staff doing? And you're like, and Sean put it perfectly. He's like, yeah. He's like, what do you think? Like the trainers come in, they're like, hi, I'm a trainer and I'd like to apply for the position of head trainer for the Denver Broncos. Do you think like the GM's like, did you read chapter 17 on preventing ACL injuries? And you think the trainer's like, no, actually I skipped that one.
Shit.
Well, you know what? You're fucking hired anyway. Fuck it. Like, no. Like, there is nothing you can do. There's nothing a training staff can do to prevent an ACL tear.
But if you ask those people, like sometimes I'll go down this, like if I'm in a bad mood, I love going on Twitter because I just argue with my own fan
Bad
base.
mood Twitter is my favorite thing in the world because I literally just go on there and just try to get banned.
Yeah, I'm just very passive aggressive. So I go on there and I'm like, what would you do differently? And they're like, it's not my job. And I'm like, well, but what would you do differently? And they'd be like, I don't know. I would put... People say like I'm fucking elastic band. I'm like, that's not gonna stop.
That's why you're an idiot.
You're right. You know what, random dude on Twitter? You're the only one that's ever thought of this. You're right. How could we be so stupid?
Or
hundreds of years of medical research.
Who do I make the check to, bro?
Yeah, seriously.
Or listen, when we had Alex Guerrero, when he was here with Brady and Gronk, everyone's like, I just don't understand why the whole team doesn't go there. It's like I'm like, the guy's not Christ. He's not blessing the guys before the game. And now the guy's like, oh, thank God to Alex Guerrero. I was blessed by him.
Here, sir. Here, I bless you, son, and take this concussion water.
Again,
as
another thing.
As my Holy Spirit.
I wish that was real. First of all, Brian Hoyer wouldn't be such a pussy. He gets hit one time, and he's like, I can't go back in. I'm out. Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean you're out? You got one hit. It's the first play.
It's amazing to me the lack of intelligence that the general public has when it comes to what I consider common sense issues or just common sense instances or things that just you should be able to like think about. Like we did that. I did this with you one time when we talked about Trump and he was like, oh, California has wildfires because they don't rake the forest. And you're like, rake the forest? What do they got? Fucking gnomes that come out of the trees? I'm like, no, raking the forest is actually like a thing that the forest department does.
I had no idea. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And I'm like, dude, I learned that in like 4th grade. I'm like, where did you go to school? And you were like, fuck you. And I'm like, well, no, like, fuck you, but also,
I had never heard anybody raking no damn forest. I looked at him. I was like, "The fuck you talking about?"
It's a pretty common thing. But like, it just boggles my mind that people think that you can actually be like, you know what? I don't want any ACL tears on this team this year. So we're going to hire a training staff that is not only going to prevent ACL tears, they're going to prevent future ACL tears. And we're going to be able to take care of the ones that have already happened and prevent them in the future. And that's why we're going to pay $5 million a year to this training group because they have a special Gatorade formula that prevents ACL tears.
Cocaine.
And also allows you to pass concussion protocol because it's like passing a lie detector test.
Which brings me to my next point.
Pap smears.
Don't smoke crack.
Listen, if there was one team's fan base that had a legitimate gripe,
which brings me to my next point. Pap smears.
Listen, if there was one,
we're men. Why do we need pap smears?
What?
Trust me.
What?
If there was one team's fan base that deserves to have a legitimate gripe about a training staff, it's San Diego Chargers.
Absolutely. I mean, they literally fucking punctured their quarterback's lung by giving him an injection for a cortisone injection. They're like, all right.
That's how it goes.
All right, we're going to give you this cortisone injection in. Oh, that's a little too deep.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Doc, that didn't feel
He's
right.
like, it's supposed to be my knee.
Don't worry.
Shit.
Don't worry. You're fine. Doc, I feel like when I'm breathing, it's like I'm like breathing through a broken straw. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's just the blood entering your lungs, slowly drowning you.
It's a weird
Don't
taste
sweat
in my
it.
mouth.
Yeah.
The capillaries are expanding.
Every time I breathe, it just
tastes like iron.
It tastes like I just ate a steak raw. I don't get it. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Let's do the AB thing because All right, so Brady, obviously, we're talking about injuries, Brady being injured. That's this whole fucking conversation. So,
It was Brady's divorce, too.
this conversation definitely went fucking way off the rails.
Also-
Tom Brady and Will Smith about to be homeboys.
Also, fuck Tom Brady, because he left the Patriots because of his fucking family and wife. And this motherfucker
He's
goes
now
on,
divorcing his wife.
is now going to divorce his wife and say, fuck them kids like Michael Jordan.
Can we just say, though,
Fuck them
like,
kids.
as men, are we all just rooting for Tom Brady? Because I know him and Giselle have hired lawyers. Like, are we all rooting for Tom Brady?
Now I'm kind of on Brady.
I'm on Team Brady.
Yeah, he's going to play until he's 48, 49 now.
No, I'm just saying because, like, I just want finally.
She don't need him. She makes way more fucking money
Yes,
than
she
he
does.
does
Yes,
anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to finally see a man win in divorce court.
We already did, dude. Johnny Depp did. Well, that wasn't divorce court, but
Yes,
anyway,
it was, essentially.
No, that was defamation.
that was defamation.
But it felt like divorce court.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
They weren't married. They were just
Fucking
together.
typical-
Look at this shit
Fucking-
on the pillow.
Typical fucking liberal, always in his feelings.
Why am I in my
Yeah.
feelings?
No,
I
this
said
isn't
basically divorce court.
No, I want to see Tom Brady win because Giselle makes way more fucking money, and God knows
I want to
the
see
shit
Giselle
that
have to
man
pay
had-
Tom Brady alimony.
the
That's what I want to
shit
see.
that man had to go through the past
Because if this
14 years.
And I will say this, as the greatest winner in NFL
Right.
history, if anybody can beat the court system, it's going to be fucking Tom Brady.
Imagine that. Just add it to his record.
You just and
Beat
listen.
the court system for men.
If Tom Brady wins this,
Middle-aged Anglo-Saxon white man, he fucking beats a
if a multi-millionaire white man goes to divorce court
Beats
and
his
his
wife.
has to pay him alimony and child support, I will wear a T-shirt that says Tom Brady is better than Peyton Manning with a little goat symbol.
Can you
on it.
can you buy one of the half Patriots, half Buccaneers Brady jerseys?
Yes,
like
I
one,
will.
Like one of our friends has.
Yes.
Oh,
I will wear it. I will
What?
rock the shit out of that. If Tom Brady goes to
Nah,
court
nah, just get
and
a
beats
white
Giselle
away. No.
in court, that will be the greatest win of his career.
No, just don't wear the half jersey. Don't do the
It's a
fucking
fucking
half.
joke.
Dude. Oh. I thought you were serious.
On,
I'm like, no.
on the numbers, it has beat wife, 7 Super Bowls, MVP.
I will wear a Tom Brady jersey if he beats Giselle in court. And she is forced to pay because she makes more than him.
You know
And
what?
as we all know,
astronomical figures.
and as we all know, when it comes to men going to court against women, we get the fucking shit end of the stick.
You know,
99.9% of the time.
999. Let's go to like the 100,000th on
You
that.
can have a drug-addled, schizophrenic
Woman.
freak of a fucking woman who mothered your children, birthed your children, and you're
Fathered your-
fathered your children.
Why you knocked her up is irrelevant.
But
Don't worry about it.
Who cares? That's irrelevant. She could have changed after the fact.
Facts. That's what I'm saying.
It could have been a million things. But she could have your kid, accident or not. Maybe you just dipped your dick in her one night and you said, you know what? I want that kid. And she was like, well, I'm going to hold it hostage from you. You're going to have to pay me $250, $260 a week out of your paycheck in order to have rights to see this kid one day a week if I decide to let you have it. And that is an evil, vindictive fucking thing that happens in our society. And I'm not going to get all Andrew Tate with it, but
Just listen to him
I will say this. If
you want to know.
Tom, I mean, I have friends that have gone to court where they have demonstrated that the mother of their children is clearly mentally unfit to care for those kids, and they have to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop and bend over backwards and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars in legal fees and everything else to gain custody of those children to raise them properly. And yet, when it comes to the other side of the coin, it's just like, no, they're the mother's kids. Nope. Sorry,
Always how it is.
you're the man. Fuck you. You're the guy. Fuck you. So you know what? Fuck yeah, Tom Brady. I hope you fucking take Giselle to the fucking cleaners.
I hope so.
and
too.
now Brady will never retire. 100%.
You know what? I don't even want him to retire anymore.
He's gonna go,
Brady,
I want Brady to play until he's 55.
if he goes to Miami now,
I want
so
Brady
mad.
to come back to New England. I want him to leave Tampa after this year.
Don't get me hopes.
And come back
Don't
to
get
New
me
England.
hopes up.
Imagine
I
that.
turned Irish for a
But-
second. Don't get me hopes up.
I'll tell you
Don't
right
get me
now,
hopes up,
if Brady goes to court, beats Giselle, gets alimony from her, wins that, I will root for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick to win one last Super Bowl.
Hey, you ever see the picture?
I will even buy a Tom Brady Patriots jersey, and I will root for them like they are
All
the
right.
Denver Broncos.
All right. Do you
Just,
remember?
just based on the principle of him beating a fucking woman in court when it comes down to divorce and alimony.
Okay, wait.
Can I buy an Edelman jersey?
Do you know? Go ahead. Do you know who the wrestler
why not?
Edge is? Do you know the wrestler Edge is?
Yeah, of course.
All right, he broke his neck, and then he came back this year as a surprise, or a few years ago in the Royal Rumble, and they zoomed out to one fan in the audience who is just crying, and he's like, with his hands out in the air. That'd be zooming on me in the audience, and then Brady. I'm like, just crying. They're like this grown white-haired man crying in the stands.
It's like you seen it's like a middle-aged a middle-aged crunchy ass motherfucker who's seen like U2 for the first
That's
time.
me.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my god.
And on top of it, we all know the reason why Tom Brady's getting divorced is because AB dipped his dick in Giselle.
I fucking guarantee you, AB fucked.
AB was posting pictures. He was wilding on Instagram the other day.
Always.
But also, AB was wilding. Check this shit out. We got this video of AB doing some crazy shit
NSF.
to white women in a pool. It might be a little NSF.
NSFW.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe don't watch this if you're at work.
Or if you have kids around.
Kids can see this.
TSF. Totally safe for TSFW. Totally safe for work.
Totally safe.
TSA.
Totally safe for work.
TSA.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, another one.
He just throws his ass in her face.
Who's the hype man?
He's waterboarding her. He's giving her the longboard. Oh my god.
Who is that woman though? Like, I mean, at what point do you like? I don't know the whole context of this situation. Maybe they're friends.
He's in Dubai. They're not friends. It's a random person that was in the Dubai hotel.
It's a random person. Like, how could you, as a random white woman, who I assume is from the Western civilization, meaning like she's not from a third world country, how could you let someone disrespect you like that?
She tried swimming away and he chokeslammed her.
No, I mean but throws his ass in her face, totally erect penis is just like flailing around. I mean,
He's in Dubai doing that?
Yes.
bro,
Dude,
You
get
get-
like hung for that.
yeah.
He doesn't
Like,
care.
I'm saying like you get like murdered.
No, but
for
like,
that
dude,
shit,
you go over to like the UAE, like that. There is different. Dude, there was literally a fucking woman who was beaten to death the other day in Iran because her hijab came off for like a half a second in an elevator,
that's
and some dude was
insane,
like,
bro.
"Skank," and they were just like, "All
I didn't
right,
know.
well."
I didn't know that was in the UAE. I didn't know that was in Dubai, dude. That's dangerous shit right there, bro. You can get fucking killed for. I mean, I've known a couple people that went over to Dubai.
Yeah, one more.
They've
Yeah,
told me,
another one.
kids that live right up the street from me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
regular kids that look just like me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to big kids or anything like that. But I'm just saying, they've been over there, and there's some serious shit over there. They got people like. They got dudes guarding doors and shit
Bro,
to like malls with like AKs and
you're
shit.
not
Like,
allowed-
If you hold a fucking door for a woman, you're getting fucking bitched at by these fucking guards, dude. Like they're like, what the fuck are you doing? I know two kids that went over there and they held the door for their girlfriend, and the dude came up and like had to speak to him like, hey, we don't fucking do that here. You don't hold doors for women. You walk through, they fucking open them after you and go through.
Paul,
After you.
that's Islamophobic. Okay?
That's how it is over there, dude.
I know.
You're going
because
to jail.
Because the
is
Middle
what
East,
it
because the
is.
Middle East is like 6,000 years behind the rest of the actual civilized universe.
Aren't they making that society where you live in like a straight line or some shit like that? What's it called?
No, it's that big ass.
Like didn't women weren't women?
Near a type
I
wall
think
thing,
women
yeah.
were like just allowed to get driver's licenses like a year ago.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, you will literally get thrown in prison if you fucking hold the door for
Yeah.
a woman.
So to do that kind of shit over there,
You're in
like what AB is doing, like dude, like
and you got money. They're gonna. They know you got
you're
publicity like that.
so you're not even allowed to take like it is illegal in Dubai and I heard this story secondhand, so I don't know if it's 100% true.
Yeah, call in if you know.
But I'm fairly certain, and this is a story I heard, it is illegal. So there was a couple, they went down to a bar. They got some drinks, they had some wine, they got to
This
the
is in
hotel.
Dubai.
In Dubai. They were staying at a hotel, very nice place, posh, nice, like, Dubai.
Yeah.
They sit at the hotel bar, and they're drinking their drinks, and they say, okay, well, we're going to go back up to our room. And they take their drinks, and they go to the elevator, and they're like, nope, cannot take you. You are not allowed to drink in your hotel room. It's illegal. It's illegal.
What? Really? Is it specific hotels or the whole thing? You heard that? Yeah.
Can you drive drunk?
I mean,
probably.
Way out on them desert roads that are like half blown over by dunes, where dudes are like doing like
The
fucking
skating on the outside of the
They're
car.
like dipping on like 2 wheels and like
If
Land
you're a,
Rovers.
I mean,
and shit.
if you're a sheik's nephew, probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you know the right people, I'm guessing. But I've heard some pretty fucking horrible things about being over there. And like, as much as I would love to visit Dubai, just Dubai, or like Qatar, or like I don't know, Abu Dhabi, like that would be sick.
You're not allowed to publicly swear. You have to reserve tickets for something. I don't know what the hell that is. It's some crazy word I can't say. After a certain time of the day, you cannot have music past a certain decibel.
Mm-hmm.
No kissing in public. No touching in public. No indecent gestures in public. No taking pictures of anybody in public. No disrespecting of any religion. You cannot share a private space with any opposite sex. No indecent or overexposed clothing, a.k.a. no cleavage, no midriff,
Yep.
no anything like that.
Right.
Bro, I'm telling you.
No ripped jeans. They are big on no ripped jeans, and just flat out no ripped jeans.
No ripped jeans.
Tell you, go back to Iran. Go Google like Iran in the 70s before the Ayatollah came back and like the Islamic Revolution or whatever it was. I forget what it was exactly what it was called. But like go back and like Google it. Like, bro, like Tehran was like Manhattan, dude.
No tattoos that are visible. If you have tattoos, they have to be covered. Because it's looked to be self-injury.
Which is why, Sean, when people say like when they're like, oh, "Make America Great Again," like this place was ever great, I just point out these rules and I'm like,
no nudes.
you could go live there. I mean, they're so cultured.
You can't take nude photos or videos or send them.
Yeah. Fucking backwards ass hicks, dude. Like we sit here and we have to invent shit to
And
be
they'll
mad
fucking
about.
stone you to
We'll
death.
be like,
Some shit.
you misgendered me in a Rainoni's at the mall, and you're like,
women are only
that's
allowed.
your biggest problem in life. They're like, yes, my name isn't Sheena, it's Tank, and you're like, okay, Sheena Tank, like, and they're like, it's Tank, and you're like, okay, like, sorry, like, here's 14 slices of
Meanwhile,
pizza.
they're already on the phone with the cops.
Yeah, and they're like, he just misgendered me in a food court. And you're like, okay, like, it's not that big a deal. This is literal violence. You're like, no, literal violence is like, when you get stoned to death because your hijab slipped off in an elevator and some guy was like, skank. Right. And you're like, oh, no. And once you call shenanigans over there, that's it. It's over. Like, they're just like, no, we're just going to beat the shit out of you, and that's it.
Women cannot wear shorts shorter than their knees. They cannot wear form-fitting tops. You cannot use your left hand to greet anybody.
Yeah, because that's when
you can't show
your ass with.
If you show the heels or the bottoms of your feet to somebody, that's considered disrespect.
Yeah, because you wipe your ass with that hand.
Yeah.
And you don't use toilet paper.
Chewing gum of any kind is prohibited on the Dubai Metro and any other public transportation.
Chewing gum. Like, what is this, fucking high school?
You cannot hug ever in public or in private. I don't know how they monitor that one.
This is why I have whenever, Paul always has, this fantasy about going to play it, Droon or whatever.
I know,
whatever
but I want to go there to check it out, but,
I don't care.
Fuck your culture, though.
It's a golf course. I don't give a fuck. It's not worth it. Because I'm not going to go over there. Dude, I get pissed off when I have to go to fucking a Acushnet at a public course, and somebody's like, Sir, do you have beer in your bag? And I'm like, no. And I have the line, they're like, are you sure you don't have beer?
To abide by these rules
and I'm
is
like,
not worth playing golf.
And they're like, oh, or you go to like to a regular country club, and they're like, oh, you got to have your shirt tucked in. And I'm like, no. I'm a fat slob. I don't tuck my shirts in because it's not very great. It doesn't look good on me.
And it's not comfortable.
And they're like, well, you have to do it. And I'm like, why? I'm like, because that's the rules here. That's how it is over there, but times a million. Right. And over there, you get thrown in jail, fined, or worse, you get killed.
Yeah, I'm not all about petty ass rules.
Holding hands is strictly prohibited unless the couple is married and has proof.
Jesus Christ.
You cannot kiss your husband in public.
Sorry, Tank. I didn't mean to do that to you, buddy. I just read my buddy Dave's listening. His nickname was Tank. He was, Dave's what, 6'6", 330. He was a nose tackle for our football team. He was unbelievably fucking huge.
You got pissed, yeah.
My name isn't Sheena, it's Tank. Like, no, sorry. It's just it's as manly of a name as I could think of.
I didn't even know all that Dubai shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, that place is fucked. So
why would anybody ever want to go there?
I mean, dude, it's like
because
it's
it's
a pretty
fucking rad as
fucking
fuck, dude.
place, dude.
Because like the worst car,
I would love to go fucking see it.
Because
dude.
like a shitbox in Dubai is like a 2019 fucking R8. You're
you know what?
Piece of shit.
I want to
loser.
go there. I want to go
what?
there as
You don't have a 24 karat gold plated Lamborghini?
Yeah. I want to go there as fucking Lewis Hamilton. I just want to go visit there as Lewis Hamilton or something.
Why?
Because he probably gets a fucking absolute Don fucking treatment when
Probably
he's there.
not.
Yeah, he fucking does, dude.
He's British, dude. He's not Muslim.
I was gonna say
They don't
is
care.
Not...
He's knighted. He's a part of the fucking. He's part of the West, dude.
I know, but F1.
They don't. They don't care, bro.
I know.
They don't. Maybe some do, but they don't care. They don't care, dude. I'm telling you, those people. I've read more shit on that fucking part of the world than I really care to admit, because most of it's been useless because it was already basically just reinforcing what I already knew. It didn't. It does. It just no. No.
There's no reasoning with these people.
This is nuts. I didn't. That is insane. Why would I?
Yeah,
ever
dude,
go
they're
there?
crazy ass. I didn't know you didn't know
Listen,
that
man.
much.
When we went to Turkey, right? We flew out of Istanbul when we came home from our honeymoon 7 years ago.
Oh, I remember that.
And
you told me you're flying out of Turkey. I was like, you're gonna die.
We flew out of Turkey, so we docked in Turkey. So this is right at the beginning of the Syrian migrant crisis, where like that one little kid like washed up dead on a beach or something in like Greece or whatever, and everybody lost their shit, and they're like, a child died, and I'm like, whatever. Like kids die every day. Like it sucks, but it is what it is. Sorry, I'm not being cold, but it just is what it is. And we got over there right as it happened. We flew out of Istanbul to come home, and the way Lauren was treated in the airport by the employees versus the way I was treated were two totally different things. They treated her like she was a third-class citizen because she was a female.
Right.
And we didn't really pick up on it until the guy who was like Lauren's bag was like a half a pound overweight. Mine was like 4 or 5 pounds underweight. Hers was like a half pound overweight for when you put it on the scale to get on the thing.
Yeah.
They literally made her start tearing shit out of her bag to put into mine. And the only reason why they let us on the plane was because I wore a Brazzers t-shirt. And the guy was like, no, they okay, go ahead. And they let Lauren put everything back in her bag as it was, at the weight it was, and nothing, all because I had a fucking Brazzers t-shirt on. The guy thought it was funny. They literally didn't give a fuck, dude. There was the shit show in Istanbul. I can tell you right now, if you're ever blessed enough to go on a cruise, Royal Caribbean or whatever, a Mediterranean cruise, avoid Istanbul at all costs.
Damn.
That place is a fucking shit show. The amount of people, I remember watching Canadians scrambling because they couldn't, because the ticket people just make up fucking fees, and they're like, okay, $50, and you're like, for what? And they're like, to leave, and you're like, no, I'm leaving. And then two guys with machine guns step in front of you, and they're like, no, you're not. $50. And they're like, okay, well, here's my credit card. And they're like, no, cash only. And they're like, okay, well, where's the ATM? They're like, we don't have one. And they're like, oh, there's one over there, but it's American only. And they're like, well, we're Canadian. We don't have U.S. currency. And they goes, that sucks. Guess you're not leaving. I'm not even making this up, dude. It was an absolute fucking nightmare. I will never, ever venture into that part of the world again. The next time I go to that part of the world, I will be in a radioactive preventive suit and with a Geiger counter, and I will be looking at a glass bottom fucking desert. That's what the next time I will go to that part of the world. Because that part of the world is useless, they suck, and fuck them. Anyway.
Damn.
What else did we have to get to? Bobby Wagner. Speaking of people who fucking suck, let's look at this fucking loser fucking vegan PETA fucking moron that decided to storm the field last night.
Forget about this.
And got fucking bodied by Bobby Wagner. This was fucking great. Look at this guy. He's like, oh, it's a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. Oh, my God. I'm going to run up the sidelines and Bobby Wagner. Shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down. You sit the fuck down. Look at this.
ACL? Oh, fuck.
He takes the...
He's still going.
And even the people in the booth are like, oh, shit. And the best part, and this is why I love the Manning cast, is because Peyton, during this, I was watching the Manning cast when this happened.
The whole thing.
And Peyton was like, wait, can we, he just goes, Bobby Wagner just killed that guy. He's like, can we see that? He goes, I know the A team can't show that because like they got rules and stuff, but like we're not them, right? So we can show it.
Yeah, yeah.
And like boom, like that, they were like the video was up.
That is one of the only times I've ever seen an ESPN fucking fan runner like get like publicized. Like,
because they're not allowed. They don't show it on the broadcast because they don't want to give these people their 10 minutes.
I saw it on ESPN.
Minutes.
I saw ESPN on there, and it was like Bobby Wagner, and it showed the kid like he looked like Superman from the Doomsday comic when he punched him in the face.
Because they could flip it to be like, oh, by the way, if you decide to run on the field, this is what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
And like, oh, do you think the cow in the pasture that's about to get slaughtered, so that I can have a nice T-bone next week? Do you think that cow was like, thank you?
His name is Larry.
Thank you, liberal white woman. Thank you. I know it's not a woman, but he may as well be.
Right.
I mean,
he got fucking owned. That
annihilated.
was so awesome.
It was fucking
by all the people.
great.
Fucking Bobby Wagner too. That's
and then the last video that we had, and we'll get out of here. We'll leave it on this because
yes,
was the fake. Well, wait, hold on, what are you saying yes to?
Thought I was going to Miguel.
Oh, we got 2 videos left.
Okay.
All right, so this one. So Ohio State is playing Rutgers. They're up 49-10 with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Ohio State decides to run a fake punt. And as the punter runs out of bounds, he takes a pretty late cheap shot from one of the Rutgers players who is visibly, understandably annoyed and upset that it's...
I would be.
You're up 39 points with 9 minutes to go. You're clearly winning the game. Why are you running fake punts on us? And he does this.
Oh, he's going to fake it and keep it, and why not? I mean,
it wasn't Sean Taylor, but it was pretty close. And it was, look, I am 100% on the side of the Rutgers guy on that one. Like, I get it. When you get to the NFL, you can say, like, oh, well, you get paid to play defense, so stop us. This is not that. This is college football. It's 49-10. There is a such thing as running up the score in college football. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Honestly, if a punter from Ohio State has to die to get people to stop running up the score like that and doing dumb shit, so be it. Because I'll tell you right now, if he played for the University of Miami, you know what he would have done? He would have popped up and been like, chain gang, motherfucker, what? And been like,
do they still do the chain thing in Miami? I don't think so.
We don't talk about Miami right now. Okay. Mario Cristobal does. He doesn't actually start coaching until next year.
Okay.
Next year. TVD is still our starting quarterback, and we need a year. We need a year to fill this thing out. But no, the turnover chain is gone. It's the old regime that's gone.
They canceled. Yeah, Mario Cristobal's a fucking potty pooper.
Nah,
he's a potty pooper.
He's a potty pooper.
Yeah, you won't let the kids have fucking fun, bro. I was like,
he's like Jennifer. Why is Jennifer such a potty pooper?
That ain't our culture here. Fucking asshole. This is your first year. How do you know what the fucking culture is in Miami? You came from Oregon. You came all the way down from Oregon.
And not for nothing, but the turnover chain kind of embodies Miami.
That's
Hurricanes
fucking
culture.
badass. Why are you trying to ruin shit, bro?
We do.
Yeah.
The Miami Hurricanes invented swag. That's what we do.
I hated that. And I liked Mario Cristobal. I'm an Oregon fan. I'm a Ducks fan. I liked Mario Cristobal when he was there. He was all right. You know what I mean? Like, probably could have done a lot more, especially with Herbert at the fucking helm. But it's not the case, especially being in the Pac-12. And I'm trying to get to college here.
And it almost gives me a little bit of pause to be like,
no, I think go ahead.
Yeah.
It almost gives me a little bit of pause to be like, damn, Cristobal had Herbert and only did what?
Nothing.
Yeah. And now we're expecting him to come to Miami and like be like Tyler Van Dyke. go be great. And you're
Yeah,
like,
you're like, what the fuck, dude? And you're gonna take that fun away from the kids like that? Fuck you, dude.
I don't know.
Glad-
I mean,
glad you're out of Eugene, bro. Later.
oh,
We're still up. I mean, we got one loss. We got one loss so far, and that's to Georgia. Like, no shit, we were gonna lose to fucking Georgia.
whatever. I mean, that's fine. That's all fine and well. But nonetheless, but this man. So, did you guys have a problem with it? The hit?
No, I didn't.
No.
No.
I didn't
Sorry.
either.
No, you
I-
want to
I-
run
you-
the score? Fuck you,
Because
bro.
I saw a lot of people get up in arms about it and be like, "Oh, it's a cheap shot. That's bullshit." this
Terrell
and that."
Owens.
And I'm like,
So
no.
punt it.
I'm like, yes, so just kick the ball.
So just
And I was
punt
like,
it.
Well, it was a bad snap, and you didn't have a choice but to run with it.
Fuck out of here.
Terrell Owens in the middle of the star.
I've literally seen guys take bad hops, like punts, like punters, take bad hops. The ball hits the ground, skips to them. They run, they pick it up, they juke out the defender one way or
And they
another,
still kick
and
it.
they still manage to kick it, even if it's a net of like fucking
Right,
5
that
yards.
was
They still manage to
planned.
get it off. That was fucking bullshit. I have no problem with that Rutgers player fucking absolutely annihilated. In fact, I wish he'd hit him harder.
Yep.
I really do. All right,
Because
and
fuck
then
Ohio State anyway.
oh right, yeah, there's also that. Yeah.
And just fuck Ohio State in general. Fuck you. Fuck them.
Ohio State.
I like how Chicago fans want Justin Fields dead.
Oh,
It's been not even like a full year.
I know, right? Like, goddamn, man. Like,
They're like, we'll trade him for anything.
he gave you a cool win.
That's it.
I mean, give him some time. I
No,
like
they,
Justin
they,
Fields.
they hate
man.
his guts.
I know. Yeah, but you know what? They should.
I gotta find.
They should
the,
hate their own
is
city's
it this one?
guts. They should hate everything about their own city and who they are and what they do in that shitty little box. Actually, in that beautiful little box they call it Chicago.
I forget what I.
What a
put
beautiful
the,
fucking city
Oh, I
run
think
by
it was.
shitbags and run through by shitheads.
No, it was in this one.
They need a good team though. I feel like they need a good
I feel
team.
like Chicago's cursed at this point.
I don't know what it is about them. If I want to get into like the political aspect of it, or if I just want to get into how shitty the team is, and is it where does this stem from?
No idea.
You know what I mean? Like, where does this
No
garbage?
consistency.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you guys are acting like the fucking Browns. The heritage that you have, the name that you have, that concrete, solidified, Chicago Bears name that you have in the NFL, and you're really not living up to shit. Mainly, I think. I don't want to get on it because of Lori Lightfoot or anything like that, but she's a fucking scumbag piece of
Fuck
shit.
her. She's a piece
And
of
I
shit.
think it comes down to just that city needs to fucking figure itself out before they can start, getting on a bandwagon and being fans of a football team. To be honest with you, that whole city in general just needs to figure itself the fuck out. Figure yourself out, and then
it could be worse.
and
It
then
could
you can
be-
start
it
worrying
could be
about
like
football.
it could be like those high school kids that came off the field in the scrimmage in Philadelphia the other night.
Oh, and got shot.
And one of the kids got shot and killed as he was leaving the field. And I'm still
For
waiting.
what?
I'm still waiting for all the liberal white women on Twitter to tell me what group of white supremacists shot and killed this innocent black man who was walking off the field, 16 years old, while he was still in his shoulder pads and still had his cleats on, for fuck's sake, and got shot and killed. Was it the Oath Keepers? Was it the Proud Boys? Was it the KKK? I just want to know, was it the 3 Percenters? Like, I just need to know which white supremacist group it was that killed. Oh wait, it wasn't. It was another.
It's
it was,
just
it was a
fucking
gang.
violence, dude. It's
Yeah.
insane, man.
But you're right. But keep peddling the whole fucking white supremacy is the biggest. That's the biggest problem we have in this country. That's
Yeah.
the biggest threat.
especially with Chicago,
Fuck off. Anyway, so here is.
And on a funny note.
And we're gonna end this one on a fucking awesome note. So this is a kid.
Halloween time.
Yeah, Halloween time.
Wait a minute, look at this! Could it be him? Is it him? Is it Martin? It is! Whoa! Undertaker! It's the Undertaker!
Kid never fucking breaks character.
No.
He never he goes down.
Could it be him? Is it him? Is it Martin? It is! Whoa! Undertaker! It's the Undertaker!
Yeah, absolutely fucking perfect. Props to that kid.
Yep.
Bravo.
Amazing.
Bravo, sir.
Also, shout out to Miguel for posting that meme while we were on the
Miguel,
air.
he's been quiet. I haven't heard from him in a while.
He just posted stuff while we were on the air.
What is that? Oh.
We can send him shit. Like he tells me all the time, just send him shit.
Oh,
So Miguel's our intern, for those that don't know.
Yep.
He sent that over to us. But
he's
anyway,
not here tonight. Obviously, he can't.
No, he's an intern. He's not an on-air
He lives in
personality.
Illinois. How the fuck is he gonna be here?
He's far away from where
Yeah,
we
he's a-
actually
he's
are,
a-
so he
he's-
can't be. But
He's I don't even say we anointed him intern, but he's more or less just like he's a fan of the show.
no, he's an intern. I like that.
Helper monkey.
Yeah, he's a
I like the intern.
he's a fan of the show that just sends us content that he thinks is funny,
and it's dope. We love the
And-
support.
and we go, okay, cool. And he posts on our Facebook page all the time
We
because
love the support.
we made him an admin because he's a ride or die. So he's a row one seat one guy.
And sometimes people just fight with him for no fucking
Reason.
reason.
This is true. But anyway, let's leave it there, boys. 11:05. This has been a long one. Well, not really because we got on
We
super
started
late.
a half hour late.
But let's get out of here. We will be back next Tuesday night. We'll be back Tuesday night, 8:30, right here live on the one, the only New Bedford Guide. The following Tuesday we'll be off because I will be in the Caribbean. I will be on a boat with hose, drinking booze, just doing boats and hose types of things. And I think I'm actually going snorkeling on Wednesday morning. 2 weeks from tomorrow, so it'll be nice. I'll be snorkeling. I'll probably go
Make
get.
sure you watch out for the box jellyfish, those crazy ass octopus, and some sharks.
Listen, if there is a great white shark, I'm gonna ride it, and I'm gonna stick my heels right in its gills, and I'm gonna grab it by the nose and be like, "You're my hooker now," and I'm just gonna jump on and be like, "Jugs, got Jugs."
Yeah, I want to see that video.
And I'm just basically gonna become fucking Aquaman.
Yeah,
And
homeless with the octopi.
and I'll be like the fat white Aquaman.
The octopi.
Jason Momoa's just gonna be like, he's gonna bend down and just like give me his like trident or whatever.
He's
it
gonna
is.
be on the snorkeling trip, like looking like, man, that was fucking me, bro.
Like, man, that was supposed to be me, bro. What the fuck? And I'll be like, sorry, bitch. Maybe you should go to your movie premiere and do the fucking lame fucking New Zealand fucking slappy chesty dance that
Haka.
What the hell?
the haka. Yeah,
Oh,
remember
the haka,
No,
okay.
remember the one that what's his name
It's the
made
Samoan
famous
shit. Oh.
from Hard Knocks back in 2001 with the Ravens. What was the offensive lineman from the Ravens? Samoan dude. He did the haka during like the rookie.
I can't think of his name.
I can see his face.
Shit.
Brendan.
Meriwether.
No, it was something. Anyway, it'll come to me after I'm off the show. But nonetheless, I don't know. That's what I'll be doing. So we got a show next Tuesday. Then we'll be off the following Tuesday. Paul, we got the Colts and Broncos on Thursday night.
I know, and I gotta work.
Did you see this graphic that they put up on Sunday night?
I know.
You know?
28-3. Yeah, I fucking know.
They're just
Jesus.
dicking on Matt Ryan at this point. It's just it's almost it's funny, but it's like that. It's like when Kyle has to like stick his finger in Cartman's butt, and Cartman keeps farting, and then Kyle's like, "Nope, not doing it anymore." And everybody's like, "All right, fine. It's not funny anymore. Okay, fine." And everybody's like, "Okay, everybody good? We've had our fun, right? Okay." And then Kyle goes to do it one more time, and Cartman farts again. Uh-oh, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's funny again." And you're like, "Okay, it's still funny," and that's what this is. So it's still funny. But
I picked the Colts, bitch.
it's funny because I don't know that JT is going to play. I don't know if he's going to play.
50-50.
So we'll see.
He's in concussion protocol, right?
Hopefully the Broncos finally let Russ cook, and we put up a crooked number on the Colts, and that'll be that. It's probably good that we're both working,
Yeah.
and we won't be able to watch this game
Yeah.
Stressing each other
together.
out.
Well, no, because Paul and I have a policy. Like either we don't watch the game together when the Broncos play the Colts, or it's only just golf claps. Golf claps. Because
JT up the middle for 90 yards.
golf claps.
Russell Wilson, 83 yards to fucking KJ Hamler or whatever.
Golf claps. Yeah. Spirit fingers.
Yeah.
And then that part gets on our nerves more than anything. It's like, all right, fuck you. I know you want to celebrate, you dick. And they're like, you're like, and the other one looks at we look at each other and they go,
yeah, golf club.
And we're like,
golf club.
Yeah, for good. And then the yelling starts, and then it's like, yeah.
I don't think that's ever really happened though. Not really.
Not really. You and I are pretty good about not
We've
getting.
never really actually watched too many Colts Broncos like games together.
We watched the one where what's his name, our linebacker from Missouri there, the kid that fell to us in the first round, Derek. What the fuck was his name?
Not
War number
Wolf.
56. No, you remember he had the scoop and score against the Colts opening. Like I think it was opening day.
Yeah,
of
we won.
14 or 15. Yeah. No, we won.
And then we won in the playoffs.
Remember, he was supposed to be like the next. He was supposed to be like Von Miller's wingman. God damn it.
Bradley
dude.
Chubb.
No, it was before Bradley Chubb. Number 56. He was a Missouri guy, Kansas City fan.
Shaq Barrett.
Nope. He was on the team with Shaq Barrett, but he was he was going to be like a top 5, 6, 7, 8, top 10 pick, and then he slipped because of the drug thing.
Not Trevathan.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to. I get it.
I'm trying to think as well. I can't think of a name.
Harris wasn't.
Shane was it? No.
Shane Barrett? No.
No, Shaq Barrett was.
No, Shaq. Someone else.
Oh, Shane. Yeah. Shane. Fuck, dude.
Shane something.
Shane Falco.
No. He's almost on point with it.
That's Keanu Reeves from the new place.
I can't remember. I think
I don't remember.
Hold on.
Joey's gonna find it in a second.
Shane Ray.
Oh, Shane.
Damn it! I was right with
Shane Ray. Yeah.
Yeah.
6'3", 240. Maybe he had the scoop and score against you guys, and that was like 2014 or whatever. I don't know. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Anyway. Well, now that I've satisfied that little fucking nugget for the night, I am going to, I don't know, go fucking waste more time doing something else. So anyway, we'll be back next week, Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Make sure you give us a like and a share. This show will be up on Spotify here in the next couple of, I don't know, probably 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we'll go from there. So thank you all for listening. Joey Fats Radio, Roll 1C1 for Mr. Betancourt and Plizzy. I am Joey Fats, and we will see you all next week.
Go to hell.
Peace.